Hey, beautiful people. I am rushing to do this. I'm sorry I'm a little late, but you guys know me. Okay, let's do the intro. Hold on 1 second. I gotta find it. My mouse isn't working. I can already tell what kind of day this is gonna be. Okay, let's go. Okay, you guys. How is everyone doing? Let's see who is in here. Dear Terms of Service, how are you? Mr. Foz, Southern Lady, Gen X has entered the room, Melissa, and I think that's TCA, but I probably missed her. Hey, Ella, Angela, Delaney, how is everyone today? So this isn't going to be a long live, but I am going to have an open panel. I will put the link up because I just wanted to chat with you guys. A few people have asked me to kind of weigh in on everything that what I think about everything that's going on and in the community and things like that. And I have no problem giving my opinion because that's why I have a commentary channel. I hope everyone had an amazing, sweetest day yesterday. I apologize. I definitely wanted to go live, but just hanging out with my fiance and we had a good day. So I hope you guys all had a good day as well. Hey, Rosa. It's a shit show. End of story. Pretty much. But I was supposed to go live and I ended up rescheduling it, then canceling it. But I really did want to go live last night. Loved your pick with your man, Teaya. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, TCA. I appreciate that. He gets on my nerves. But he's a good guy overall. But I just wanted to weigh in, give my opinion, and I also wanted to talk to you guys about something else as far as like screenshots that are being sent to me. People more or less just concerned, which is completely understandable. I love you guys and I appreciate anybody being concerned or, when people, thank you, Melissa. When people lie on you and different things like that, there's nothing that you can do about that. So there's no reason to go tit for tat with that person or anything like that. People are going to believe what they want to believe, right? So I've been strolling and looking at different channels, just random ones that got my interest. 3 cooking ones too, unsub to a few too. Yeah, I definitely have unsubbed to a couple. It's definitely a shit show, more or less. But I do want to first start off by saying that I will always be that person that I don't see anything wrong with reconciliation. There is nothing wrong with 2 adults being cordial, cordial with each other. Ending a feud that they may have had. However, cordial and then being friends are 2 different things, right? Being friends with somebody, going on their panel, pretty much treating people in a bad way because they don't feel comfortable with why they initially subbed to your channel and now your whole stance has changed. So therefore, you are treating these people bad because they've supported you because they thought they had a safe place to go to, and now they feel like they don't. And because of that, you can be cordial with somebody and be civil with somebody, but still call them out on their bullshit, right? That's just the way it is. I'm at peace and learned a valuable lesson. Good. Thank you, Melissa Brown. I appreciate that. That's good. It's always good to be at peace. There is nothing wrong with, two adults working things out. There's nothing wrong with that, because obviously feuding with each other, that's toxic, and we don't want people to feud with each other. That's the main issue here. But we also don't want people screwing other people over and doing the things that they do. And at first you weren't okay with it, and now you are. It doesn't make any sense. And I know that there is a lot of people who are not only who feel betrayed, but hurt. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation. But I always want people to know that I am not a person that is against reconciliation. I am not a person who is against two people resolving their issues. But if that person is still doing the same thing that they've always done and what you initially called them out on, what changed your mind now? Especially if they're still doing the same thing, especially if they're still doing the same behavior. Actually, no, Symone some can't take criticism. It's their way or the highway. Hence, I took the highway. Me too, Jennifer. And that's one of the things that I do want to address. So and I'm sure you guys obviously know who I'm talking about. You guys know how I am when it comes to saying creators' names. I will say her name probably a couple times, which is TT. And I did watch her live that she addressed me with, which was, I think, like a week ago. And one of the things that she said was, "Oh, I know Teaya wants to be a part of the cool crowd." Who is the cool crowd? Because I am not a part of any crowd, for one. That's just, no. I don't need to be a part of any cool crowd or what's in, and well, I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I am into aligning myself with people who do the right thing, or who try to do the right thing, who try to do right by other people, who are beautiful people on the inside, which radiates through the outside, regardless. Those are the type of people that I like to align myself with. It has nothing to do with the cool crowd. I don't care about that. Never been a part of the cool crowd, because I have found that the cool crowd is usually the crowd that I just don't get along with. I get along with the weird crowd, the outsiders, the underdogs. Those are the kind of people that I get along with. So I will say it has me initially pulling my support from you, from TT, had nothing to do, excuse me, with the cool crowd. I don't give a shit about that. I pulled my support from you for a number of reasons. Secondly, I don't know if, maybe some people have comprehension problems or whatever. Because, and maybe I didn't make myself clear enough before, but I did not pull my support from TT publicly. The reason why I pulled my support from TT publicly is because I'm the one who had her on my platform and introduced you guys to her. So therefore, I felt as though it was my responsibility to let you guys know you can do whatever you want to. Hey, Steph, how are you, beautiful? I will let you guys, good to see you here. I've always been a weirdo and embraced it. Never cared what people thought of me. Makes life a lot easier. Yes, it does. It really, really does. Or a little easier. I'm sorry, Carrie. Yeah, I've never been a part of the cool crowd. As you guys know, I was bullied all through high school, and it was by the cool crowd. So it has nothing to do with that. If I wanted to technically be around the cool crowd, I could have done that already. Okay. So that has nothing to do with it. But okay, now I lost my train of thought. I'm getting old, you guys. Okay, so yes. So I don't understand why I wasn't clear enough, but I pulled my support from TT for a few reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is because she talked to somebody and told them about our personal conversation. We all vent to people who we think are our friends. Now, granted, I'm a very straightforward person, so the person that she said this to knew how I felt. But the point is that the conversation that I had with her was supposed to be between me and her. And the fact that she shared it with somebody else and she shared it with this person, that's what I have a problem with. Just because you didn't say anything bad about me doesn't make you innocent. It doesn't make you a victim either. Just because you didn't say anything bad about me does not mean that you didn't do anything to me personally. You betrayed my trust. I thought I could trust you. I told you something and you told somebody else. I have tried to talk to TT about this. I told her how I felt, not initially, but when I decided to leave her as a mod and I left her group chat, I had told her how I felt. Then the behavior continued. But regardless, I never said anything bad about TT either. The only thing I'm saying is if I confide something in you and you go behind my back and tell somebody else, that's betrayal to me. So you may not have said anything bad about me, but you did something bad to me. And I don't understand why that's so hard to understand. There's nothing like betrayal. I don't do that. I give people my excuse me, I give people my loyalty and I expect that same loyalty in return. And if in any way, and that goes for anybody, not just TT, if any way my loyalty is betrayed, I don't want anything to do with you. So I felt like it was my responsibility to tell my supporters who take the time out of their day to sit here and watch me, whether it's how many of you, 50 in here, to whether there's 2 people in here. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is my loyalty to my supporters. And I just felt like it was the right thing to do to come and publicly pull my support from her. But you guys are always not going to tell you where you guys are grown. You can go where you want, when you want. It's not my business, as long as you're consistent. So that's another thing I wanted to address. And then there's another thing I want to say. You said that I'm probably going to be doing video after video about you or blah, 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 blah. Now, see, that just shows that you never really taken the time to get to know me, or you've never really taken the time to watch my videos or my lives or whatever. And I don't care. That's your choice. You called me a friend. You really don't know me because I don't do video after video about somebody. I say what it is that I have to say and then I move on. The only person that I've ever done a video about, not even consistently, is creators that are problematic, like CK, Without a Crystal Ball. Yes, I've called them out on a few videos, but I don't do video after video on somebody. I would never do that. So that just shows you really don't know me at all. You thought that's what I was going to do. But for one, I don't have the time. I just don't. And for two, I just would never do that. So that's another thing. And I think that's pretty much it as far as the things that I heard her say when she addressed me, I have definitely hold on, I'm gonna come on camera in a second. Okay, so I have definitely learned things the hard way, but I've learned things the hard way about a lot of people. And it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sure I'll continue to learn things the hard way. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, no matter what the hell people say. I don't care, you know. Betrayal is something that I'm used to. I've dealt with it my whole life. It's just something that it's life, right? Thank you, Steph. Hey, Boston. Yes, I do, Jennifer. Quite a bit. But thank you. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys always make my day. You come on here on a Thursday when I don't have any makeup on and I'm doing my makeup, okay? And you'll see. Okay. But you deal with betrayal through life, and I will always be that type of person where I've been hurt. I'll probably continue to get hurt. It's life, right? It's just life. But I did really like TT. I did. I thought she was a nice person. But it's life. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa Brown. You have never done video after video about it. No, I haven't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will call a create. That's what commentary is. You call people out on their shitty behavior. That's what I love about commentary. I tell you guys that all the time because commentary gives you that ability to talk about everything. You talk about true crime one day and then you can talk about without a crystal ball the other day. But I don't do video after video about one creator. I would never do that because I don't want my channel being based on that. Yes, it brings in the views. It brings in the views, but that's not my concern. It's quality over quantity with me because I believe that, I know as a Black woman, I have to work harder, but I'm saying I believe that people will find you. The right people will find you at the right time. And that's just what it is. Like, one of the people here on YouTube that I associate with, I don't really call her friend because I don't know her, but she's definitely somebody that I will be getting to know. She's a sweetheart, and her name is Mysterious T. She blew up, and she blew up off of doing one video. Granted, it's about drama, but she still blew up, and I'm so happy for her, because she's been doing this for a while, and I'm just so happy for her, and that's how it is. Just you don't rush with YouTube. You continue to stay true to yourself, and eventually all the right people will find you when it's time to find you. You know what I mean? Just like you guys, you found me, where you found me. You may have found me through Melissa. You may have even found me through Natasha. Some of you, a lot of you. You always find the right people at the right time. And I believe that for everyone. If you stay true to yourself, though, if you turn your back on yourself and become a different person for clicks and views, that's when it ends up blowing up in your face. Eventually, it's going to blow up in your face. It's inevitable. That's just how I feel. But if you stay true to who you are, you will get there. I think the biggest problem with YouTube is some people are just impatient. You know what I mean? Just impatient. And people get impatient sometimes. I get impatient sometimes too, but then I check myself. Like, Teaya, God makes things happen when it's time to happen. You're beautiful, melanin queen. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Continue with your sweet but strong personality. You're not doing anything wrong. Thank you. Wow, that's a pretty name, but I can't pronounce it. I know I'm going to butcher it. Nalasia? Stormy? I don't know, but it's a beautiful name. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Hey, Allegedly with Brittany. Hey, Ella. Oh, I hope you're doing good too, Amanda Zanandas. Thank you. Sleep well, sweetie. Yes. But eventually your group grows, right? Chloe, it does grow. If you're staying true to yourself, it's inevitable. So all I could say is that with TT, here's my opinion, okay? And this is my opinion. And I'm not going to talk bad about her. I'm not going to do it because that's not me, for one. And for two, she didn't do it to me. Okay. So I'm not going to do that to her. I don't do that kind of shit. We all gravitated to TT. And the reason why I gravitated to her when she first messaged me and I thought she was DTOS when she emailed me. I thought she was DTOS. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'll do an interview with you. Yeah, this is DTOS. I love your channel, man. It wasn't DTOS, okay? But once I got to know her, I'm like, wow, okay, she's cool. I really like her. I like how straightforward she is. It seems like she has a great positive attitude, and I respect what she's doing, And when you're first meeting somebody, you never look at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? You just kind of embrace things and you're just like, wow, she seems really cool. So I go on her channel and I have the interview. And that's another thing I do want to say is I never ever said that my views were higher than TT's. I never said that. What I said was, if it wasn't for people like, especially creators like me, Melissa, who else? Foz, Holly, maybe Lindsay, I don't know. But if it wasn't for creators like us who decided, wow, this lady's cool, and we decided to go on her platform and support her, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have gotten yourself out there as fast as you did. Now, you grew fast because people love drama and you're calling somebody out in the community. So yes, of course you're going to grow fast because of that. I'll grow. Let me tell you, if I talk about drama every day, I would grow tremendously. You know what I've seen in you, Teaya? I've seen you give many people chances, more than I can say for myself. In some situations, I've never seen you intentionally scorn or drag someone ever. Thank you so much, Steph. I told you to get a hold of me on Facebook, Steph. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to drag anybody. She didn't drag me either. She was very respectful. So I'm going to be respectful and say that if it wasn't for us supporting her, I never talked about views or anything like that, but for some reason, people, that's the first thing they want to compare. That's the first thing they want to talk about. I have more views than you. You have like 30, 40 people in the chat, and I have like hundreds of 200 people. What the fuck do you want? A fucking round of applause. I don't care. I said that we are the ones who put you out there and supported you. And had it not been for us supporting you, maybe nobody would know who the fuck you are. That's what I said. So that's all I said. But regardless, I think ultimately what ended up being the problem is that, right, Melissa. Nobody gives a shit about that. Not me. Hold on one second, you guys. Sorry about that, you guys. Drama is draining. I know some like it, but it is draining. It is, Carrie. It is. But that's the first thing that people want to do. They want to compare views and stuff like that. And that's not the case. That's not, no. But anyway, I think initially, my opinion about the whole thing and just about everything that's happened is that I feel like when TT, damn, hair's getting in my face. When TT first started her channel, um, you know, she had support. She was very humble. Um, and once people started, you know, gravitating to her, people like me, things like that, she lost herself somewhere, you know. Something happened. And I don't know what. I'm not like psychic or anything like that, so I have no idea what. But I feel like just somewhere along the line she just lost herself. And now, and as I've watched it, because I'm an observer, I observe. I sit back and observe, and even if I peep something, doesn't mean I'm going to tell you. Um that's just how I am. And just observing her, she lost herself somewhere. And she has definitely used a lot of situations to get to where she's at. Her ego got way too inflated. I agree. I agree, Melissa Jade. Um, it just got, her ego just got very big. And like I said, and another thing to clarify, to throw this in here also, is you guys will never ever hear me using someone else's story for my own personal gain. It's not going to happen. There are many times that I have brought up Melissa's name or brought up things that she has endured, and I definitely do want to talk to her about that one day. But you will always hear me say about Melissa is, it's her story. I'm going to let her tell it. You're never going to hear me telling her story, and nobody else should either. It's her story. And I started watching and peeping, and I'm seeing her use Melissa's story. She used my story when I initially had confrontation with Natasha. You know, and if it wasn't for her being able to even do those things, nobody would know who she is. I am always going to be that person that it's not fair to use somebody else's story for yourself. That's just not right. You know what I mean? Even when the whole situation with what was it? People thought that Melissa pulled her support because of trivia. You know, like I told you guys, that's not the case, but it's Melissa's story. I'm gonna let her tell it. You should never use somebody else's story for yourself. Okay? Because every single time you bring up and use their story, you are victimizing them. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But anyway, her ego got very, very big. And okay, everybody can get a big ego sometimes. You know, it happens, right? But I just started peeping things that I did not like. And once I seen some things, I just had to pull myself out. But regardless, now, the person that you were talking about, the person that was the whole meaning, the whole purpose of your channel, you are now friends with. And like I said, and I just want to make this clear, because I think that's one of the things that people just don't get. I don't care about them being cordial with each other and working out their differences. That's a good thing. That's what we want, right? We want people to come together, right? But then there's just some people that we're never going to be able to come together with, because it's just not going to happen. But being cordial with her is one thing. But being friends with her and going on her panel and having her come on your panel and having videos on her channel, That's when it's crossed the line. And then you're having people in your chat say, I don't like this. I don't feel comfortable with this. And not necessarily, there may be some people in the chat that wants the drama and want you to continue going back and forth with this person. But then there are some people who are actually upset because they have been hurt in some way by this creator. So they're trying to tell you, I don't feel comfortable with this. I've been there for you since day one. How could you do this? That's when I have a problem as far as people's mental health and how they're feeling, because everybody thought that going to her platform was a safe place. Not to spew hate, but she definitely crossed that line to me. But when your subscribers who've been there for you since day one, your supporters are telling you, I don't feel comfortable with this. This isn't right. You need to listen to them, because this is why you started your channel to begin with. Reconciliation is good, but you have no problem getting on your panel asking your subscribers how they feel about certain things. That's definitely something that you probably should have got on panel and said, how do you feel about me reconciling? You don't have to do what your subscribers say or your supporters say, but at least take the time to get their opinion and see how they feel about that. Because now there are not just people who are just there for the drama. There are seriously some people who were there because they thought it was a safe place. And now there are some people out there who are just hurt. That's what I think people need to take into account. There are people who just feel hurt and betrayed, just like myself. And another thing before I read the comments, there is a video of you getting very angry that people betrayed you. And my question is, how does it feel? Because you did the same exact thing to me. I told you something and you told that person. How is that taken the wrong way? How am I taking this the wrong way? I confided in you and vented to you about something, and you chose to talk to somebody else and tell them what I told you. How am I misconstruing that? How am I taking that the wrong way? You can't use the excuse, well, I didn't say anything bad about you, but you still did something bad to me. So when your friends betrayed you and put you on blast and did what they did, how does that feel? It doesn't feel good, does it? Hold on. Let me go up here and see. TCA says, I honestly think she made people believe she was someone else. She didn't change. Her true colors just started showing. Absolutely, TCA. I agree. Thank you so much, Nalasia. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I feel bad. Drama is such a waste of energy. I'd rather have fun and make people laugh, right, Gen X? I was so into getting revenge on NC for hurting my friends. I was blinded by TT and wanted her to be some hero to save the day, when in all reality, DTOS was the true hero. Amen. Amen. You're on a roll tonight, TCA. I 100% agree. What's my baby Steph saying? I got a Twitter now. You got Twitter. Okay. Well, I'll find you on Twitter, Steph. Find you on Twitter, but you still need to get Facebook. Because Steph is an amazing person. She really is. She is just a gem, you guys. She really is. Okay. I think it's incredibly gross to virtue signal and create fake outrage about something that isn't that major. Creating I stand with signs and gathering to hate mob is beyond crossing the line. I agree, allegedly, with Brittany. Only petty people care about numbers. I agree 100%. I agree with all y'all. You guys are on a roll. Since the very first day I started watching you, I know you have been the same person. Love you so much for that. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed that. Yep. I think everyone's emotionally exhausted at this point. Yes, pretty much. And I think people are hurt. And that's my main concern. I'm glad you don't go live multiple times every day. I'd miss out. I need to start going live more. But thank you, Kit Kat. She lost focus. Pretty much to sum it up, DTOS, which you guys are really good at. Make sure you guys go subscribe to DTOS. They're amazing. People love watching toxic drama until they're the subject. Amen. Amen. I honestly think she made people leave. Okay, I read that. Just don't want to miss. You could have used my stuff on YouTube for gain. You never did. I would never do that to anybody. I don't want to do that to anybody. I think she has always been obsessed with NC, but it wasn't the way we assume. She idolized and wanted her attention. She used all who supported her to get that attention. Yeah, that's a good one, Britt. That's a good one. Yes. You guys are absolutely amazing. Except for the people I have already met, this has shown me to be very leery of new people who pop up in exactly. Be very wary. Be very selective, you guys, with who you choose to watch, okay? And one of the biggest things what I've taken from all of this is to be very, very picky, to keep your wall up. You have to here on YouTube. You just do. And it sucks, you know, but that's how I am going to be from now on. I'm going to be very picky with who I choose to support. I'm going to be very, very picky and selective with who I choose to let behind this wall that I have up, because you let your guard down and people will pounce on it. They really will. And you do get hurt. We all have feelings, right? And some people are more sensitive than others. And I don't want to say that I'm a very overly sensitive person, but I'm very sensitive when it comes to different things like bullying and, like harassment, lying, those kinds of things I'm very sensitive about, but only because I endured it for so long in my life. So even though I'm resilient to it, when I let somebody close to me who does these things, it does hurt. It does hurt your feelings. It hurts your feelings to see that somebody is exactly, let's just say, it hurts your feelings when you think somebody's a good person and they turn out to be evil. It really does. It's heartbreaking because you're just like, what the fuck? When it hurts your feelings, when you let your guard down and you let somebody into your life and you see their true colors and who they really are, and you were fooled the whole entire time. And you actually kind of beat yourself up for it too. And it's not just TT I've noticed that with. And it's life. It's life. I understand that, but I'm going to be very selective with who I choose to speak with, be cordial with, or even who I choose to support. And that's the biggest thing I've taken away from this. Melissa J says, but they never had any differences. Who is TT? She never had a damn issue with NC. She always wanted to be NC. I agree. And it's very, very apparent now that she's, so friends with her. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being cordial with her, but when you cross that line, you become friends with somebody just a week ago you were dragging, I got to call him like I see him. That's all it is to it. Thank you, Brittany. I feel bad for any of the members who were basically defrauded. Yes, that's who I feel bad for. She totally exploited NC's victims. I agree. She used all our stories to start her channel, got a following off of our pain, and then tossed us to the side now that yep. And see, that's why Melissa is one of my bestest friends, because she says things that I just can't get out. Like I can think it, but she just says it the right way. So good job, Melissa. A+. It's hard to change and do something you do not want to do because you seem to be very intuitive and can pick up on things very fast, which is a great thing. I usually can. That's what I get so down on myself about though, because I've been fooled quite a bit here on YouTube as far as defending people that I thought were good people and turned it out to be shit. I've supported people that I thought, had others' best interest in mind and turned out not to be doing so. So, yeah, I have definitely been fooled, and it hurts my feelings. It really does. Well, not hurts my feelings, but it makes me get down on myself like, Teaya, what is wrong with you? Like, why didn't you see it? And the sad part about it is I see it, but I ignore it. Like, how we as women especially have really great intuitions, but we ignore our intuition and not use discernment. It's just, who is that? Oh, thank you, Steph. I just love you to pieces. Who the hell's streaming me? Thank you for telling me, Steph. Melissa J says, she said we are all replaceable. Now I'm missing all of these comments. Thank you for telling me. Wow, it's been over 4 minutes. Wow, truth teller, you want to talk. Oh, did I miss a comment? Well, if you don't want to get a strike, TT, you better quit streaming me because I don't stream you and nobody's saying anything bad about you. So turn it off. Like, why are you streaming me? If you have something to say, why don't you just come over here? See now? No commentary? Okay, thank you, Tara Nicole. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm about to open the panel. I don't like. Can you guys just hold on for a second? Sorry, guys. Yeah, fuck you too. You're streaming me. Okay? Don't stream me. I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want to. I can address whatever I want to. And you can go ahead over there and mind your own damn business. How about that? And I'm going to stay over here and mind my own business because ain't nobody talking about you bad. Nobody's slandering you. Nobody's dragging you. Okay? You're already done about to get your first channel shut down. You trying to go for this channel being shut down too? Hey, Holly. Okay, hold on. Let me open the panel. Fuck her too. Yeah, fuck her. Because I just really have a really bad temper, you guys. I don't think anybody's worse than Chrissy. All right, so I'm going to copy this. Talking about the freaking cool crowd. Like, who is the cool crowd? So let me get this straight. You're allowed to address me. You're allowed to say that, I'm misunderstanding things and blah, 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 blah. When really, all you had to do was say, you know what? I was wrong. I should never have disclosed our conversation and talked about our conversation with Boston or anyone else. I should never have done that and apologized for it. And everything would have been fine. That's not what you did. You doubled down and said, well, I never said anything bad about her. Okay. So it's okay for you to address things and bring up my name, but I can't have a live and address things myself. Ain't nobody playing with you. I'll tell you that right now. And never mind. Okay. Did I put the thing down here? No, I know you're sassy, but she is showing her true colors and she is discussing your. What? Well, thank you, Tara Nicole. I do appreciate that. Discussing my husband? What's she saying about my dude? She don't even know him. Like, the fuck? Hold on. Let me pin this. Did I post the link? Okay. Wait a minute. Is it not pinning? What the hell is going on here? Do you guys see that pinned? Okay. Okay. But anyway, so that's just for anybody who wants to come up and talk about your feelings, okay? Because I care about people's feelings. But she met the wrong group of friends to try to split up. Yes, I agree with that, Foz. I mean, I can stay for a minute. No, you know what you do, your panel. Okay, thank you for telling me that, Tara. I appreciate that. She is just bitter because someone actually loves you and wants to spend his life with you. What the hell is she talking about my fiance for? Like, why? Are you serious? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Because that would be just kind of crazy. I'm still gonna go back and watch. So stop the hate. Amen. I'm seriously trying to figure her out. What kind? Hold on. Now see it. I lost what I was reading. Wait a minute. I'm seriously trying to figure her out. What kind of channel it is? All I hear is hate. Right? Thank you, Holly. I will come up eventually. Now is not the time. I can't be nice. I will listen though. Thank you, Rena. No, nobody has to come up if you feel uncomfortable. This is for anybody who has thoughts about what's going on. Some Clinton dude. I'm not sure who she's talking about, but she claims to want peace. All she does is spew hate. Look how reactive TT is. Zero self-control. She goes live the minute anyone says the slightest thing negative about her. She won't. Is that you, Melissa? Can you message me to make sure that's you, Melissa? Crafton and Kim. Oh.
Hi.
It's like, it's me, bitch.
Yeah, I literally just took off all my makeup, took my bra off, so I'm not putting on the camera.
Okay.
I just wanted to come up because I love you and I didn't want you up here by yourself.
I appreciate that. And I love you too. You didn't have to do that.
I know.
But that's fine. She can, nobody's saying anything bad about her.
No, I know. It infuriates me. One, it infuriates me, the subs who run back and forth, who kind of make things worse. I think everyone needs to be careful with that. And two, I don't like bringing numbers into it. Right. When did we get so cocky that we could sit there and say, you could go there and you could stream with your 20 people? Excuse me. Okay. When you get to the point where you start, if you get to the point where you start putting out legitimate content, I'm not talking about drama. I'm talking about content. Right. You come to me and tell me how many people are in your damn chat.
Exactly. So if you're not calling out Foz or Holly or Lindsay or well, you're not going to call out NC anymore because you're friends with her. So if you're not talking about drama every day and calling people out, and you actually talk about things that are real, that's happening now in this world, let's see how many people are watching you if you choose to do something like that.
Right. And I find it interesting that every person that she has is not from her. Every person that she had up until this point came over because they were sick of how people like me, people like Amanda, Brand, whoever, you could take your choice, were being treated, or they were just bystanders and they did not like it, period. Right. And so they went over and they blindly followed her because someone speaking out, right? DTOS didn't provide that place where you could have that actual interaction. And I feel like people desperately wanted that. DTOS did an amazing job at putting out these videos, exposing screenshots in their own words, but people wanted the place where they could discuss. Right. And they just blindly accepted Val's because it was the only place that came about. But do not sit there as you have begged all of us creators behind the scenes to please post your link, please drop this, please do that. Right. And you had nobody, because if all of us didn't collectively come together and basically co-sign you, you wouldn't have anyone in your damn chat.
Exactly.
And I don't see one original, not even one original subscriber of hers in that chat. It is all now Natasha's. Now, what do you think is going to happen when either A, you have a fallout with Natasha, because it will happen, or two, you run out of things to talk about with the anti-MM people? What do you think is going to happen?
Listen, Peeps, thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you.
Aw, listen, Peeps, you're the best.
Go ahead.
She's not going to have anybody.
Why Melissa is one of my beasties, because she says things differently than I do. Does that make sense, you guys? Or no? Does that make sense, Melissa?
No, it totally makes sense, because I think the same thing about you. So it's funny that the grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Right. She has a way with words, and they just come out better.
I wouldn't say better, not all the time.
But I mean, I think there's sometimes with you where you say exactly what I'm thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I also noticed, since we're going to keep it fucking real here, you were losing people. You were losing people by your behavior. And when you seen that you were losing people, like, I'm sure, like, there'd be times I look at her like to dislike ratio, and I really don't care about that because it is all interaction and that's just real. But it still shows how many people are pulling their support and how many people disagree with what you're doing. And seeing that, now all of a sudden, yes, it's changing for you, but it seems as though you knew you were losing people, and that's why you chose to befriend Natasha as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of Natasha's people are, and Natasha knows that. She even said it. She's like, "Oh, those are my people in your chat."
Yeah, and she tried to say, "Well, no, there was half in here before you came." But no, all right, let's.
Right.
I'm sorry, but. And she wants to, because that's what she said. She tried to like smooth it over. Well, no, there was at least half here, so half is mine, half is Natasha. Bitch, no, all right. But what we can pretend. But what else I want to address is her saying that They're just all butthurt that me and Natasha made up. They're just so butthurt that bitch, no, I don't care. I don't care. What was your issue with Natasha to begin with? You don't have your own story. Why would I care for peace? And I'm all for peace. But what I do care about is you came in like a bat out of hell, claiming you were so against the same exact things you are doing now. That is what I have an issue with, is you claimed you were a safe place. Right. You claimed people could come here and share their stories, and that's exactly what they did. And now you are stepping on those very same people that you loved having on, that you sat there and advocated for. That is the issue that I have. I could give a shit less if you pay Natasha while she manipulates you. Why would I care? You are now a paying member. Why would I give a shit? That doesn't affect me. You are paying to look like a moron, in my opinion. Right. That doesn't affect me. But the issue...
Rose Gold, thank you so much, beautiful. Love you.
Rose Gold.
She's a sweetheart.
She's the best. But that's not what the people have the issue about. People don't have an issue that you made peace with Natasha. It was never your peace to make. Go ahead. But you have zero credibility. Everything you preached against, everything you stood for, you have gone against. That is the issue people are having.
Right. That's the main issue. What do you think, Brandy? Welcome.
Melissa was on a roll.
Yeah,
sorry, Brandy.
No, you're good, honey. You're good. Melissa and I have really pretty much said the exact same thing every time you turn around. It's never been about the apologies.
Right.
It's never been about what exactly was said or done. It was the treatment of the people.
Right.
And we can nitpick what did she say? What was it? It all began with Kim and Crafton. We can nitpick that that's what it was or wasn't. It was the attitude.
Yeah.
I was pissed off because you kept saying it was about the anti-MM people.
Had nothing to do with
it. And then that's not even all of them, because then she's lumping all of them together, and it's not. And it's not fair to them. But it had nothing to do with them, because I wasn't a part of anti-MM. Right. Melissa wasn't a part of anti-MM.
Right.
The ex-mods, Natasha's ex-mods that were now helping TT, were not part of the anti-MM. But we were completely discarded on anything we were trying to tell her.
Right.
And it was like, what the hell? Is it like the Twilight Zone? I mean, it made no sense.
Right.
None of it.
She used our stories to get her start. Okay. And now that it's gained some momentum, she doesn't need us anymore. But to sit there and criticize someone like Teaya and say, you and this amount of subs in your chat, fuck off. And I'm sorry, but you fuck right off. Who do you think you are?
Yeah, I'm sick of the number thing. I'm sick of trying to point out, like Natasha did that to me the other day.
She was so against.
Exactly, Teaya.
Right. I mean, she was so against people talking about numbers, but guess what? I don't give a fuck if it's 2-3 people in my chat. As long as I'm staying true to myself and the people who support me, I don't give a fuck how many people are in my chat. Nope. See, that's the difference between you and us. Okay, that's the difference between you and me and Melissa, because we will prevail and continue and keep going. But what are you going to do? What are you going to continue to keep talking about? Are you going to continue to keep talking about? First it was NC. Now you're friends with her. You're just going to keep doing video after video about Holly, Foz, and Lindsay?
It'll run out. And that's why I said my suggestion is everyone pretend she doesn't exist. Let her run the fuck out. And when she goes out, what is she going to be left with?
Right.
People will subscribe, though, and her channel will continue growing because people want to watch the shit show. That is the truth.
It's the truth. Yep.
Well, and the other day, I hadn't watched anything in, I don't know, a week. I was avoiding it. It was like, this is disgusting. It's just driving me insane. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I say is getting through, or it's twisted. So, fuck it. I'll go do whatever. Well, then somebody was like, oh my God, Natasha's on her panel. And I'm like, you're kidding, right?
But wait a minute. Not even to stop you, Brandy, but who called it? Who called it first? Melissa. Remember I said it?
Yep, I know. Yep, you
Who
did.
did? Was it you, Tia, that said it first?
Not out loud. I
Yeah,
said
behind the scenes. Yeah.
behind
Oh,
the
okay.
scenes, because I knew she was going to do it, because it just made sense for her to do it, because she was losing support from so many people.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, go
Right.
ahead.
And that's the thing, is what Natasha's supporters aren't even seeing it. They're not even understanding. She lost everybody. She didn't have
Everybody.
any of her big supporters. We all were like, you can kiss our ass, we're out.
Do you
Right.
think, TT, do you think you would have the channel if me and everybody else wasn't there supporting you?
That's what I was trying to say. Yep.
So while you're criticizing us and mocking Tia's channel, but you raved about Teaya, didn't you? You idolized Teaya. You fucking respected Teaya. Now all that goes under the bus? Give me a break.
Now. Yeah. First it was, I love Teaya, I love her channel, blah, blah, blah. Now it's, oh, you with your freaking 20 to 30 people in the chat. Okay. I see you, boo. I see you. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to keep going.
Because if I remember the one time you didn't cover drama, when you did trivia, and I'm not talking about the trivia one that you stole from me, I'm talking about the after trivia, you had 12 people in your chat, but 5 of us were at least sitting there hate watching. So you come back to me when you're not covering drama and talk to me about how many people you have in your chat. I could have totally gone out when after my situation with Natasha, and I could have covered it myself, and Lord knows I would have had hundreds in my chat, and I would have had a lot of super chats. Let's be real, I would have, because the few times I've addressed the drama, my numbers are 3 times higher, and I got a lot of super chats. Now don't mistake, I of course I appreciate the super chats. They're sending it for the right, because they're being supportive. But my point is, did I capitalize off that? Did I sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do this route? No, I decided to sit there and do actual content, because I don't want to use that situation and make my channel about that. But you capitalized off of it. We could all do it. We choose not to. That's the difference between us and you.
And that is one of the things that Melissa and I have always talked about, not out in public, but behind the scenes, is we're very, and you can say this, Melissa, very careful. You have to pick and choose your battles wisely. You have to, if you don't want your channel going in that direction, you have to pick and choose the things that you want to talk about that is drama, even though talking about drama is going to bring in the views. Obviously, we see this right now. But if I'm sitting here talking about, the Jelani Day case, I know how many people are going to be in here, and that's okay. What these people don't get is we don't give a fuck about that.
Nope.
Because I have seen creators. Do you think that every creator, even bigger creators like Bailey Sarian or Jackie Ayana, do you think they started off with thousands of people watching them?
Nope.
They continued by staying true to themselves and true to what they believed in. That's what's going to get you far on YouTube. But there's nothing wrong with having a drama channel either. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're having a drama channel and you're picking apart other channels, that's a problem. Because I don't care what anybody says. If you're talking about drama, if you have a drama channel, you are going to rise faster, because that's what people love. But don't sit here and pick apart other people's channels because they choose not to rise faster. They choose to do
organically and naturally.
Exactly. Period.
Well, and that the other day when Natasha was on her panel, and she says, "Well, Natasha, I have a question for you." And I don't remember how she worded it, but it was about how she talked to her subs. And my comment to her was, "But wait, isn't that exactly what you're doing to your subs? Why are you going there with her?" And went to address me, and Natasha lost it. I was the first one in that whole thing that she cussed up one side and down the other. And it was like, and then they blocked me where I couldn't say anything. I couldn't even respond. I couldn't go up on the panel. I couldn't address any of it. So how can I address anything? Because they have to censor anything that anybody who wants to come out against them.
Right.
Or prove facts. And then what's funny is Natasha the other day said, it all happened in the past. It needs to stay in the past. Then why isn't she leaving stuff in the past?
Right.
You want to know what I find the funniest? And I'm sorry, I have to comment on it. But TT came out And she was calling out Natasha's manipulation, right? She was the one shedding light on it. She's the one who got mad at Amanda that Natasha came right on her panel and apologized and manipulated. It was all about a manipulation, right? How could you be so stupid, Amanda? And then as we watch Natasha stroll into your chat and you are kissing her ass to the point where her ass must be bruised by now, okay? And you yourself are sitting there, and I don't know if you're aware that you're being manipulated or you're not. I think you are, because you're just interested in whatever's going to get me the views. You got a massive loss of your subs, and you don't even you're not feeling the effects of that right now, because it slid out all the original supporters and all of NC's fake supporters slid right in. So she isn't feeling that loss yet, but you really look like a fool. I'm sorry, whether you make up with Natasha or not, you called out all those behaviors that you are doing yourself. You are using her same words. It is freaky at this point. Like her sayings and the slang words she used, you're like, what is going on here?
It's creepy. It's very creepy. There's just no other words for it. It's baffling.
But she wants to make it seem like we're just butthurt and we're jealous. Like, no, I feel secondhand embarrassment for you.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Please understand that, and I want you guys to understand this too. There's nothing wrong with reconciliation. There's nothing wrong with mending your fences and being cool with somebody and being cordial. That's how it should be. However, when you base your whole channel on that and you had people in there who thought they were in a safe place to express their thoughts and opinions or whatever, and then you turn around and pretty much tell them, well, if you don't like it that I'm friends with this person, then fuck off.
What issue did she have with her? What's the reconciliation? That's what my question is. She never had a damn issue to begin with. Who are you?
She didn't like how she treated everybody else. So it just makes no sense. But if she wanted to have some peace and all of it, just say, okay, well, I'm not talking about you no more, but stay out of, I'm going to respect
she didn't want to
myself.
sacrifice her channel, Brandy.
Right. It's about the numbers.
It is.
I'm sorry, but it is disgusting to hear her sit there and mock you for you and your 20 people in your chat. You are the exact person you claim you hate. I get it now. You envied her. You wanted what she had, so you figured you would create a channel and just be for the oppositional viewpoint, right? But the moment she came over and shed you even a little bit of fucking an eyeball and who are you? Yeah, you kissed her ass so easily, went right over to her, but you look like a fool. Your credibility, if you had any, is gone.
Right. All gone.
Yeah. There's none.
And just like no, I'm not a drama channel. Do I talk about drama sometimes? Yes, but I talk about a lot of different things, not just calling people out every single time I come on here. I try to talk about things that matter regardless. Talking about my numbers, if that's the only thing that you can say, TT, well, okay.
You know what? I got up to 100 viewers tonight, a little over 100 viewers at one point, talking about a case. And that felt like a huge achievement for me. No drama, no bullshit, genuine case discussion. And that, I was like, fuck yeah, Melissa. Like, that was a huge, and it feels, and I've had 300, 400 people in my chat when I cover drama, and I don't count that. I'm not counting that. I'm counting when I actually do my fucking work.
I have to ask, do you have any questions in your chat that were weird questions that would frustrate you, that made you scream at the people watching? I mean, curious.
Say that again?
I didn't get to watch today. Mm-hmm. So did you have anybody in your comments that maybe said something that rubbed you wrong and made you scream at them?
No, I don't think
or anything like. So you did true crime without talking to them like they're idiots.
Yes, Brandy.
So it happened? So that is a thing, right?
It is a thing. And I make sure I even if someone comes in with the weirdest, most ridiculous theory, that I accept it and I respect it, because that's how it should be.
Exactly. It is an accomplishment.
I just had to ask a sarcasm question.
It's an accomplishment, and it's something to be proud of. and I will always be proud of my 20 and 30 people in the chat. I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. I'd hardly even look at how many people that are watching me. That's not my goal. It's not my overall goal for this channel. I know enough to know that the right people will come along when it's time. And even if it is 30 people on a chat, that's enough for me. Like, you can sit there and mock me all you want to, but at the end of the day, it's only going to end in your demise, not mine.
I just don't know if she's aware how silly she looks, because she would mock Natasha for doing that. Like, she really wants to harp and make it seem like we have the issue with her making up, if you want to call out with Natasha. No, that's not the issue. It's just everything you claim you stood for, everything you called out and said, hey, that's wrong, you're doing yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, they've made fun of my little channel. I know my channel's little. I don't put enough content on it to grow it yet because I am fucking busy.
Right.
You know, my husband is 1,000 miles away, so I'm running my household by myself. I have like a zoo, and then I have my own business, and then I have a life. And so I don't have time to spend nonstop on my channel. It'll grow and grow.
But we all started there.
Right. And I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressing it. And when they bring it up, I'm like, okay, have fun.
Exactly.
It's basically bully mentality, picking on the little people, so to speak, and go for it. If that makes you feel better, okay.
And the fact that you stream this shows how much you're trying to be like somebody else. Because why in the hell, just because we weren't, and we're still not bashing you, we're just speaking the truth. Okay, this doesn't make any sense to people. It just doesn't. You know, I mean, it's starting to make sense now, but there are a lot of people who are hurt, who feel betrayed, who are angry because they've supported you. And now you understand why myself and Melissa as a creator had to pull our support, because I feel guilty for even introducing you.
A lot of people in that chat were there, and I saw it time after time. I'm here after what I witnessed that she did to Melissa. I'm here what she went, and others, you know, but me, I'm noticing the people who are mentioning my name. So I felt like I was obligated to explain to people why I was pulling out. And it was not about trivia.
That was just one of the little things that was irritating.
It Brandy, it was watching what she did to you, and you could ask the girls behind the scenes. It was pissing me off because I saw time after time again.
I'm going to try to do it tomorrow night. I have the screenshots where I can prove, because Holly brought it up in her live, I think it was last night, about her going live while I was live. And then when she said, I never didn't even say hello. Live.
She didn't even say hello. And I know you planned that out a week and a half of time because your mods were talking to us around it.
I have screenshots to prove that she knew.
Oh, damn well she knew.
So she can't sit there and say, I never knew she was live. No. Because one time she came in the chat and said, hey, I'm here for support. And then boom, left and started a live because she hit 1,000 subs. Well, I'm happy for her that, you know, and she needed to celebrate that. But could she give me 30 minutes? I mean, damn.
She didn't even say hello. I didn't even see her. I was there that entire chat. I didn't see her say hello once.
There was one time she never came in, and there was one time she dropped in and said, hey, here for support, and was gone.
No, I'm talking about your big live when you had the Court TV, Jodi Harris's live. You planned that a week and a half ahead of time. Yeah, you said which day. You said pick a day. I don't want to go live when any of you guys are live. I want it to be enough where people could be there and see it a week and a half ahead of time.
Right.
And she couldn't even fucking go in there and say hello.
Right.
Bullshit.
And this is one of those things that I'll bring up even with her or Natasha. They can talk their big shit and their big game all they want to. I have 6 professional true crime people in my friends list that I can hook up at any given moment. I had Kirk Nermy. You know, I've got several. If I really wanted to do it off other people's backs, that's exactly what I would be doing.
Right.
Can they do that? No. There ain't none of them that would talk to Natasha. None of them. They are, some of them, one of them knows about her, and no.
And that's...
So, it's integrity, and they have none. They have none.
It's only going to go so far, you guys. Her channel's only going to go so long. People will tune in. It'll grow because people love the drama, but she is going to run out. All right, she is going to run out. She's playing all of her cards right in the beginning because she's being impulsive and she's doing things off of emotion. But think of things 1 week down the line, 2 weeks down the line, 3 weeks down, a whole month, right? A month in YouTube is like a year in the real world. What is she going to be covering? What is she going to be covering? Nothing. She's going to have nothing.
TCA, which comment are they going to be talking about for weeks? Mine?
Yeah, I'm really, excuse me, I want to say I'm really proud of you, TCA. I know it wasn't easy.
She was upset earlier in the chat.
You were definitely one of her biggest supporters, and I know it wasn't easy to do, you know, and to turn away the way that you did. I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything, but I'm just saying you're very strong, and I think it's amazing what you did, because I know it wasn't easy to do what you did. So
I wasn't letting her sink with that ship. See, she is one of the people who left Natasha over how I was treated. The biggest support system, couldn't believe it. Then when Val came about, it's like, finally, someone calling her out, right? Yeah. And so we're blindly following this person just because they're saying all the right things. But is their intentions in the right place? No. And I wasn't about to let True Crime Analysts go down with that ship, because I was like, here's the problem. People are judging you based off of things you aren't. Like, people are getting the wrong idea of you because you're next to Truth Teller. And unfortunately, being next to her means you're co-signing that behavior. So I'm very proud of her too, because she is an amazing person. She has an amazing fucking heart. And the last thing I want is for her to get chalked up with someone like fucking Val.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. I know she was one of her biggest supporters. So I'm really proud of her stepping away, even though I'm sure it was hard for her to step away, because I'm sure she really liked TT. But at the end of the day, that's not what you want to align yourself with, especially because she's friends with her now, you know?
Friends. I'm sorry, but it is, anyone who knows Natasha, it is so obvious what's happening, right? She just eliminated an entire channel that was coming at her. She's not friends with Truth Teller. She is using Truth Teller. She is letting her just say the same thing she did with Mandy. I'm going to let you yip here so you're not yipping against me. Brilliant. And it worked. And it worked. And Valia looked like a fool.
Yep.
It's the truth. Like, I just, she wants to call us
like a fiddle.
She wants to act like we're hurt. We're not. I feel embarrassed for you.
Right. And you have the nerve to sit there and be mad because I'm doing a live, just talking in general, talking about my opinion about the big talk, which is that you are now friends with somebody that you were just talking mad shit about a week ago. And I'm just trying to make it clear that it's not the fact that you are friends with her. You could have just been cordial with her. However, you didn't have to treat the people who had a problem with it the way that you did. You have to understand that they're the reasons why you are where you are today. Not saying that you're a big creator or anything, but they're the reasons because of it. It's all because of your supporters. So at least take the time and listen to them about how they feel, instead of disregarding their feelings and making it seem like it just doesn't matter. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's not fair. That's not right. So now there's just a whole bunch of people who feel betrayed and hurt. And that's what I wanted to address. That's what I wanted to talk about. Yes, of course, Heather, you can come up.
Yeah, Heather, you can hop up. I'll jump down so there's a mod in the chat.
There's no mods? Where's Brittany?
No, she might be, but I don't want to leave her solo.
Well, there's not that many people in here. But yeah, you come back up, Melissa, when she goes down.
I love you all.
Love you too. I'm glad you're still up here, Brandy. So what do you think about her being friends with her now? Do you think that, would you have cared if she would have just been cordial? And yes, Lynn, you could ask me any questions that you want to, sweetie.
No, had she just wanted to be cordial, I mean, it's her life to do what she wants to do with. And if she really just wanted some peace there, I can't fault her for that. Just like we didn't fault Amanda for that.
Right.
And because everybody needs to do what's best for them.
Right.
My issue is with how people have been talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothers me.
Right. That's where I'm at. Like, I didn't care that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They reconciled. That's a good thing, right?
Right.
I just had a problem with.
I want some of the drama to stop. I mean, it's never going to completely stop, but it would be nice for it to just freaking chill.
Right. It seems
Let
like
somebody else have drama for a while.
Right. It seems like it's never ending. It just seems like every day it's something. And I understand that you are now not getting along with, Foz, Lindsay, Holly, which I think are all nice people, but you're doing video, like, it's almost as like unhinged. Like, am I saying the right word here? Like, you're unhinged.
Yeah, it feels very unhinged. I mean, it's
Right.
just very
no self-control.
Right.
I
mean, she gets mad when people say the scorned woman thing, but that's really how if it's not, then okay, but that's how it's coming off.
Right.
And
scorned woman. That's true.
And if she's not, then okay. But then quit acting this way. Just move on. Okay, you didn't like the guy. I think he's a nice dude, and I don't think he's bad looking. So, I mean,
and that's another thing too. I'm sorry. Like, I just have to say this. You can't sit there and talk about how somebody is pretty much, in so many words, bad looking when you used to talk to that person.
Right.
Like, you were just talking to that person.
Good looking.
Right. And you were just talking to that person, sitting there saying, you guys maybe were in a relationship. I don't know. And I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but regardless, now you're trying to say, oh my God, have you guys seen him? As if he's not an attractive person. But that's something that high school people do.
Right.
Not grown adults. Like, you don't sit there and say that somebody is not attractive when you're no longer with that person. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Right. That's the scorned woman part of the whole thing.
Right. You clearly thought he was. She's cracking me up.
Hey, girls.
Not in a relationship. Okay. Not in a relationship. But you guys were talking, whatever. Flirting, whatever. And you don't go and say that person's unattractive now that you're not talking to that person anymore. That's ridiculous.
Right. Well, and it's the whole, I mean, we've talked about the body shaming and the look thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's man or woman. Don't talk about their looks. Leave them alone.
Right.
Don't talk about their car or.
Right.
There's no sense in that kind of bullying behavior. I mean, hell, I didn't even want to deal with Natasha, and I was defending her because what Val was doing was wrong.
Right.
Don't make a video and laugh about her being big, and don't sit there and talk to her about how she talks to her subs when you're doing the exact same thing. Stop it. Right. Just stop. And it gives me a headache. I'd rather deal with teenage girls. I'm just saying.
I think they're more mature, Brandy.
I think yes. My girls do not act like this. So, I mean, hell.
Hi, Miss Teaya.
Hello.
Hello, Brandy.
Hi, Heather. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm tired. I had a long day in the sun yesterday. My lips are sunburnt and windburnt. I'm miserable.
Ooh, ouch.
Hey.
So,
well, I would. Boston.
Hey.
Hey, go ahead, Heather.
Oh, sorry. There's a plane. I'm gonna.
So, what I would like to touch base on is, I've heard PT say that, or actually, I've heard other people in other creators' chats say that, people turn their backs on PT, and that could not be furthest from the truth. Like, it's one thing if people want to forgive somebody, but generally forgiveness comes when somebody's changed their behavior. You don't just jump all in, and they're like, oh, well, we apologize to each other. They're still doing the same shitty shit that I called them out for, but I'm going to be their friends now because it benefits me in some way. Like, that's not how it goes. Like, they want to act like they're so, you know, taking the high road, but my God. And to think, you know, people, Pink Dagger said something to the fact that, like, everybody turned their backs on her. No, they didn't, dude. People gave her chance after chance. I know Boston did. Like,
Yeah.
she was going hard for her. And
Well,
she
so
was like,
I wouldn't say going hard for her. I was trying to see both sides and
girl, you love
fix both,
Kiki.
like be the freaking middleman. I did. I cared about her for sure, but
Right.
I wasn't. I was trying to help Holly and Foz and Lindsay just as much or even more so because I knew they were in the right and that she was in the wrong.
But
I
I'm just
I
saying,
thought
like,
they could all make up.
right. No, what I'm saying is, like, you went to her and you tried to, like, talk to her and reason with her and explain to her why people were upset. It had nothing to do with Kim and Crafton. It had nothing to do with Melissa Jade's trivia. It had to do with her actions. She's the one that made everyone not care for her or, you know, not trust her because of the 180 she did. And nobody is saying that, you know, making amends or wanting to get along or wanting peace, like, that's perfectly well and good. But generally, you know, everything that TT originally called Natasha out for, she's doing herself, and Natasha is still doing. So it makes no freaking sense at all.
No, it's mind-boggling.
The other day in Melissa's live, she mentioned it feeling like the Twilight Zone. And that was what I was saying. It really feels like the Twilight Zone. It's like, what the fuck is going on right now? Somebody, please.
It really
does.
The day they made up, I felt like I was in a dream. I was like, what is happening right now?
I messaged several and went, what the actual fuck? Just, what do you, just the words. I don't get it.
It's crazy the way it happened, but I already knew it was going to. So,
I wanted to say the reason I hopped up here, is because you guys, right before I hopped up, you guys were talking about looks. And I have a perfect example of how things happen over there in that land. And it happened last night. Someone on Natasha's panel, I don't know her name, said, Natasha was reading like a bunch of comments that people had left about TT's photos. And then someone, after Natasha finished reading them, someone on her panel said, wait, who was that person that said that they can tell that TT's overweight because of her voice? And then they talked about it for a little bit, and Natasha's like, well, I don't know. It was probably that Sandra Kay. And then someone in chat said it was Boston Koozie. And then a few more comments go by, and someone else in chat said, I think even a mod for her was like, yeah, I think that was Boston Koozie. And then someone on panel was like, yeah, oh, okay, so everyone's saying it was Boston Koozie. I never said that. But that's a perfect example of how that's how they get their quote unquote facts. That's how rumors get started. That's why people start going after people. Because one person, and you know what? The person who said that, her screen name is April. And I've seen her say other things about totally different situations that are completely just out of left field, random, and then people go with it. I think she was the one who said something about MJ, about the police report thing that Lynn then ran with. I think it was the same chick.
Boston, it's been that way since the Facebook days in 2019. I'm not kidding. Somebody would see something, what it was, and she would twist it again, and it would just be like complete opposite
Out
of
of control.
It was bad.
right.
This is new, guys. That's the sad thing. It's nothing new. And the girls in the chat that have been around, they can tell you this is nothing new. And maybe that be kind of dull, numb to it, I guess. I think is the word I'm looking for. Because it's just kind of like, well, here we go again.
Well, I think I was one of those people who was under the false assumption that TT specifically, like the stuff that she'd bring to us and like talk about in her lives, she vetted. I think I was one of at least a few other people who I know thought the same thing, and then suddenly realized that she was just full of it. Because especially
There
the
were
Kim and
times
Crafton thing was the
would
first thing where I was like, whoa.
there were
Yeah.
times that she would try to say something and she would have things mixed up, like talking about stuff that happened way back, like with the dresses that NC had from the consignment and stuff, and she was trying to say that those were used for the Gypsy Rose trip, and none of that was true. It
Yeah.
happened, but not for those issues. It was something completely different. And trying to correct her, she would ignore it or just go on her way and just change the subject or whatever. And it was like, you can't say half truths and expect it to fly, because if it's a half truth, then it's a lie.
Exactly. And exactly. I think TT is a very pretty woman as well. Her personality isn't so pretty, and they're trying to run with this narrative that I'm going all over the place saying she's ugly or fat or all of these things that I've never said and don't even feel. Because I said that her pictures look like they're old, which I think that was just a statement that
To me, what that statement
they
said
look like
was,
they were old, like catfish.
to me, what I took from it was those were a few years ago, not recent.
Yeah.
Not anything.
Yeah, not like they're old, like you're trying to say. It can easily be misconstrued, yes.
Right.
But it's not, you can misconstrue it, but it's very easy to say. Obviously, she's a very, very pretty woman. So obviously, you're saying those pictures look like they're not recent. Like, not recently. Like, she didn't take those pictures a month ago.
Yeah. And it's not even because I think that she's like, I don't even know how old she is. That's not even what I was speculating. It's because the photos look like exactly how my photos from that time period look, like the same clothing and hairstyles, and the photo quality look like if you went back on my Facebook and looked at all the pictures from when I was in college.
Right. It didn't look like they were recent pictures. That's all. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can misconstrue it if you want to, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be taken that way. You wanted to take it in a negative way and run with it, basically.
Right.
And just to make people their targets.
Yeah.
And back
They
to
want to
the
target more people.
truth. I mean, the way she popped off at Amanda's Ananda, and that night she swore up and down. She's like, "Oh, I mean, she was on her own live. TT was. She was hot because she's like, well, I heard her say it myself. No, she didn't. Obviously,
right.
she didn't.
She was like, "No, somebody told me that." Well, then you said you heard it, so
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, like, were any of you guys in our chat that night that happened?
Yeah.
Because you were there? Yeah, like literally everyone in the chat was telling her, calm down.
She did not say
Listen,
that.
You got it wrong. She's not saying that.
She's like, I heard it. No, you didn't.
I messaged her that privately too, thinking, okay, well, she's not reading the chat. So I messaged her that privately, like, whoa, take a beat. I know you're hurt right now, but you're hurt because you think she said something she didn't.
Thank you so much, TCA. Love you. Thank you for coming on here. You're always welcomed here. And you're just such an amazing woman. I hope you know that. And thank you for being here. Get some sleep and rest well. And come back tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to answer Lynn's question. Okay, so creator A has a problem with creator X and asks creator B to do a video on it together. Creator A, however, she has already done videos about B. B and her followers have been attacking creator A. That's the beginning of the question. Creator A, her comment section, but A didn't tell creator B that about the backlash. Is this wrong of a person A? The subject is very heavy, by the way. P.S. Creator B has more subs than A, and X has the most. Can you come up here? Because, okay.
I'm confused.
I'm
Yeah.
not good at math.
We real bad at algebra.
I had
know.
Yeah.
remember when we were in school and it was the train left the station?
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's what I had with this.
Okay, what do you mean no, Teaya? Am I reading this wrong?
I have been
I
at
think
school way too long.
she said that she messed up the A and X or the B and X, so she has to start over.
Okay, yeah, start that over because I'm a little bit confused by that question. But that obviously happens a lot on YouTube when a creator goes to another creator and says, hey, you want to do a video about this person? And obviously, this other person has already done videos about this person. I think that's what I'm getting from it. But I can't figure out the rest. So
Yeah.
Allegedly with Brittany. But the fact that she was streaming me is a problem. That's a problem. I don't like that. I don't like that just because it's obvious the woman can't take constructive criticism because nobody was saying anything bad about her. Nobody.
Hold on. Are you sure she was Teaya?
Yes, she did.
Because I saw because I saw Steph made that comment, then I went to look and didn't see that, so I just wanted to make sure.
Pulled up and it was 3, almost 4 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Continue, Teaya.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure she was. And I don't like it. I just don't like how she's doing the same thing as the person that she supposedly didn't like, but now she's friends with her. Regardless, just because somebody is having a conversation and expressing their thoughts, their feelings, or whatever, as long as they're not bashing you, you obviously have a problem with anybody saying anything about you. But do you really think that nobody is going to say anything about you? Do you really think that because of everything that you've done? You've done a lot of shady shit. So therefore, people are upset. People are hurt. So they are going to express their thoughts. I care about my supporters. So I want to know how they feel. Now, I don't want to spew hate. We don't do that on this channel, which is why I don't talk about you ever because I don't care. I don't care that you're friends with NC. I don't care. What I do care about is that you are completely disregarding the feelings of the people who have supported you from day one. That's what I care about. And I have a right to come on my platform and talk about it. Because let's face it, a lot of the people that were over there, okay, look into my comment section on the last video I did when I pulled my support from you. A lot of people that are over there were over there because I'm the one who told them that you were cool, a good person. And I was wrong. People are allowed to express their thoughts and opinions, and that doesn't give you a right to stream their video. If you have something to say, then come over here and say it. If I have something to say to you personally, I will say it to you. I am saying it. But if you come over here, if it's bothering you so much, the panel's open. You don't stream and you definitely don't do it for 4 minutes without saying anything. Now, I don't know if that's true. I have to go over there and check it out. But you don't.
Lord, now it's talking about you, Teaya.
Go ahead. She can keep talking because that's what she does. This is what she does. You are no different than the person that you have been preaching against for months. A huge disappointment. That's what you are.
You know what I don't get either, Teaya, is that they
hold
on both sides. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
On both sides, they say, like today I saw someone in TT's chat being like, why don't they just leave us alone? We just want peace. And TT was like, yeah, that's exactly what we want. Like, just to be left alone and just have peace. Like, that makes me feel like I am in the Twilight Zone. No, they're the ones doing things to people and doing entire lives. They basically do something or say something about someone, and then someone else responds to it.
Right.
So the fact that they're thinking that they just want peace and to be left alone, or they're trying to push that narrative, is the biggest piece of bullshit I've ever heard.
Right. Like everybody's picking on you and everybody's talking about you when ultimately nobody's really saying anything bad about you. People are upset. And you have to understand that people have a right to be upset.
And defending themselves, or because half the shit they're saying is lies or slanderous or out of context. So of course someone has every right to explain or defend themselves or explain the context, explain the true story.
Right.
So I don't understand this whole leave us alone, we just want peace bullshit. And they try. How many times did they try for peace? How many times did these people that she's now attacking try to resolve things and have an adult conversation with her?
Right.
And it just wasn't happening.
And the thing is, too, is that you're sitting here trying to say, talking about me or whatever. But as I recall, you said something about me a week ago. You addressed me a week ago and said, you want to be around the cool crowd, which is not fucking true. Okay. That's for one. There is no cool. I don't do that. I don't go in crowds, for one. And for two, you're sitting here also saying that I am pretty much making this whole thing a big deal when you didn't even say anything bad about me. That's not what I was upset about. That's not why don't you get it? I'm upset because I thought you were my friend. Let's just put it that way. And I was wrong. Lynn, welcome.
Hi, Tia. Can you hear me?
Hey, lovely Lynn.
Okay, so I'm sorry, people. I'm not from the United States, so you can probably hear that English isn't my first language.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to explain the situation. So, and someone gave me a tip about using fake names, which I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm just going to use random names out of the chat.
Okay.
Only 3 though, so that it stays quite, not really, yeah.
It's good to hear your voice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love your accent.
I've always avoided it because
just use our names.
English isn't.
Yeah, you can use our names.
What do you mean?
You can use our names too on the panel.
Oh yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Teaya, I know that you're friends with Melissa.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that you guys, I know that you're very close, but let's say that you're less close. But still are in contact and chatting with each other on Twitter or other social media. And so the one with less creators, I'm just going to mention this because this might play a role. I don't know. The one with less creators asks the other one if they want to collab on a very touchy subject. So let's say that you have less creators than Melissa, so you ask Melissa to do a video with her on Melissa, her channel, so it would reach more people about a very heavy subject. Yeah, I can't even say the subject because it would get flagged by YouTube.
Okay.
It's that sensitive.
Okay.
and you would have done already videos about the creator, let's say Boston. Is that creator where you have some problems with? And Boston and her followers have already come into your comment section and have kind of attacked you. And you didn't tell that to Melissa. Do you think that's wrong?
So basically, didn't say to Melissa that I'm being
That
attacked.
there were, yes, and that there are already problems between you and the creator. So Boston, that did something that you weren't okay with.
Right. Well,
Can I ask a question? Oh, sorry.
no,
Yeah,
go ahead.
You can ask a question.
Are you saying that the heavy subject that Melissa told Teaya she wants to do a live about with her because Teaya has more
No,
subs
Teaya
is about me?
Not about you, but you've talked about it,
Okay.
about the heavy subject.
And then
the heavy subject has been talked about in a certain community a few months ago. So it already has been spoken about.
So
But
somebody had already been talking about it.
multiple people.
Okay.
But you, Teaya, can't let it go, and you just keep going and attacking the creator, aka Boston.
So
And you didn't tell Melissa that you were already being attacked or something.
Well, I don't know if I would do it in the first place. Does that make
exactly?
I don't think I would do that. But if I was to do it, I would definitely tell Melissa.
Yeah.
You know, I would definitely tell her, you know, this is happening, blah 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 blah, because I'm a straightforward person.
So are you saying why wouldn't Melissa have warned, or why wouldn't Teaya have warned Melissa, hey, if you do this video with me, you might get attacked because I've been being attacked?
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Yeah, that's basically my question because, yeah.
And this is going on
Someone
right now.
basically,
I would
this is
never do
going
the
on
video.
right now.
I wouldn't do it. But go ahead. What were you saying, Lynn?
Yeah, this is going on right now, and this is, I'm especially not using names because the creator that has been kind of tricked, in my opinion, which would be Melissa. Yeah, she's my friend.
Yeah.
And I knew about the situation with Boston.
Right.
But she didn't know that. My friend, so Melissa didn't know that.
Right.
So I find it a bit not so honest.
Yeah, it's not honest. But I'm going to be honest and say I wouldn't do the video.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I've definitely been
eventually,
videos.
Eventually, the video didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because my friend asked me, yeah, I know that you're more in that community and that you know more about it. What do you think? And I said, look, I think it's that's not a great idea.
Right.
And I said, yes, she made a mistake regarding that heavy subject, but it's already been talked about by multiple people, or people have ignored it.
Right. I definitely think even if I was to do the video, like there's definitely been times I've been asked to do a video and I know it's going to get me views, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do the video regardless, but if I was, I would definitely be honest for sure.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
at least give the
and
person fair warning and explain to them
yeah, a
what
heads
they're getting
up,
themselves
right?
into.
Right. Like a heads
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Because you, Boston, would no, Melissa would get attacked,
Right.
and suddenly she would be there, like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, that that's a tricky thing because there are creators that would do it, because they know it's gonna help them, but in the same sense, I just, especially if it's a touchy subject, it's something I probably would stay
Yes,
from.
very.
Yeah.
The subjects, I'm going to say the letters, what they use on YouTube, as A.
Okay. Well, I think you gave your friend very good advice,
Right. Mm-hmm.
is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
I agree.
because the person, so you, Boston, is also someone who goes very hard.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. Like the next day,
Sorry, Melissa.
you had, like the next day, you had Melissa, her picture and her whole YouTube screen on your screen so that everyone in your chat could see it and could
Yeah.
basically go attack Melissa.
That was really shitty of me.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
But yeah, I agree.
Boston,
And Holly just
bad
said,
girl.
Holly just said, yeah, that's wrong for the creator to not to reveal that someone else had been attacked for doing the same thing. I completely agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're yeah,
You have a very
friends.
relaxing voice.
I know. I was just going
Oh,
to say the
okay.
same thing. I love your voice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's always weird to hear your own voice.
Same here.
Um,
Hear my voice.
yeah, but I hear this from a lot of people, but yeah, I'm always too scared because I mean, I have to look for my words since English is only my third language.
You're doing great.
Third.
Third, that's what I'm thinking. Wait, did you just say you know 3 languages?
Yeah, in my country, we speak 2 languages, so then English is the first other one.
Wow. Well, your English is wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Some of you, I mean, Boston, you know where I'm from, so
Yes.
you might have forgotten.
I do have a
But
really bad memory.
I'm from Europe, so
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome.
Are you? Can I ask if you're from like Uzbekistan area?
No.
No,
I'm
different.
from, yeah, I'm just going to say the country. I
That's
mean,
fine.
whatever.
That's fine.
Belgium.
Belgium. Okay.
Belgium. Oh, wow. I like to go
And
visit there.
Yeah, you know who your voice reminds me of, or your accent, not your voice, because your voice is very soothing.
mhm.
But isn't Yolanda from Real Housewives from
Yes.
Belgium?
No, she's
Yeah.
not from Belgium, but
No?
she's from the Netherlands,
Oh, I thought she
which
was
is
from
I was gonna
Belgium.
which is
say
a
she
country
sounds like
next to
York
us.
Yeah.
from
Well,
Iceland.
it's a similar accent.
Yes, she's yeah, I mean, she has gone to some same doctors as me, Yolanda, so it's pretty funny.
I like your voice. And I think
Oh,
you're doing
thank you.
a good
And
job.
also thank you to the chats for saying, yeah, that you're impressed and for
Yeah,
saying that you guys like my voice
yes, I do.
because I
It's
feel
very
like,
soothing. Very soothing.
yeah,
Try
thank you.
ASMR.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe I will.
I'm obsessed
I
with ASMR.
I love it. Me too.
I'm
I
obsessed
think
with
the
it.
American accent's pretty ugly, in my opinion. I've always thought that. So anytime I hear an accent from any other country, I am usually smitten.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I mean, I understand pretty much every accent from the United States. So,
Well,
I
now for
don't know.
the United States, we have so many different accents everywhere.
Yes.
mhm.
That's true.
And
I do have to say I like the southern accent.
I don't hear mine like y'all do. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, the southern, the very heavy accents.
But like,
Hmm.
I love to hear Father Snuffles talk.
Oh yeah, he has a nice
I
accent.
love his accent.
Yeah.
He does.
Isn't Sweet Lilith from Sweden or something?
Sweet Lilith. Who is that?
Or also from the Europe area?
Oh, okay. So cute.
Oh, Goose, yeah. Germany. Germany is next to Belgium. So
Yeah.
yeah. We also have a part. So half of Belgium speaks Flemish, then the other part speaks French, and we have a very small part that speaks German.
Yep.
I lived in Germany for 2 years. I picked up 10 words.
I got Das ist gut
Well,
and der Engelkinder. That's all I got.
sorry, I couldn't understand it.
Exactly. That is so messed
Exactly.
up. That's so messed up, Lynn. Why you play me like that?
Sorry.
That's okay. What if I say, mon petit chat est vert?
Ooh, I like that.
What if I say that?
Your little cat is green. That's the meaning. That's a translation.
Your little cat is green.
I know. Well, you know how like people always like when they think they're speaking French and like they try to say something and it's something real stupid that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And like so, I've
Yeah.
always loved saying "mon petit chat est vert" because it sounds super classy. But I'm just saying, like my little cat is green.
Do you want to have another color?
So, let's see. I'm trying to think. I took like 3 years of French, and that's all I got. I got "quelle heure est-il?" What time is it?
Yeah.
Hey, that's good to know though. That's a good thing to know.
Yep.
I can only say dirty
Yeah.
words and 4 letters. That's cute.
I can only say dirty words. Well, that's always nice.
Right? The dirtier the better.
Yeah, like nobody else in Europe understands yeah, whether you say Flemish or Dutch is basically the same because it's written the same. So the language that they write in the Netherlands is written the same in the Flemish part of Belgium.
Oh.
Speaking
So
Deutsch.
Deutsch, I don't like it. I
What if
really
I was
don't
an
like
international spy and you guys
German.
didn't know? What if I was like,
Oh my God.
From the CIA.
Right?
Like,
I knew
if you
there was
guys
something about you,
hear,
Tanya. I knew it.
right? I'm a double agent.
I know it's bad too.
But it's a good
Yeah.
thing that I have Heather and Boston up here, because I do want to say something. Don't say her name. You guys know how I am about names. But
Mm-hmm.
I am going to address this for a second. It's not going to be long because I don't care about this person. And I'm not letting this person chase off of my name. But in the past, there is a creator that we all defended.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah, me too.
We all went hard for her, very much so. Hop from panel to panel, defending her honor, because we thought she was a good person. We
You're
found out
talking
the
about
hard
the
way.
one who brought us kind of together?
Yes,
Yes,
I
Yes,
think.
okay, I thought so.
Yes.
we
No
found
name
out the
stuff.
hard way that
Yeah, no.
she is not what we thought that she was.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Recently, this creator did
Came back?
a video about me.
Like a hemorrhoid, Lynn.
Oh my
What'd you
god.
say?
Popped up and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is?
Heather
That's
just
you.
compared this creator to a hemorrhoid.
Yep. More like a fucking, I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
so she did a recent video, I guess, calling me out with lies and spewing hate, because that's what she does. And I will not acknowledge it. I've had people send me screenshots. I've had people reach out to me in concern. And what I will tell you guys is this: I am not addressing her. This creator has had 7 to 10 different channels and deleted every single
Yes.
one of them. Every single one of them. If you think that I'm going to take the time out to acknowledge this person and her lies,
No.
I won't do it.
You've
But what
given
I
too
will
much
tell you is,
attention to her.
do your due diligence and look up things for yourself, because you'll find out what type of person she is. But I'm not addressing her. I'm not going tit for tat with her, because she's been gone for how long, Heather? I don't even know.
I want to say like 6 months, maybe?
Right.
4 months? I don't know. I lose track of time in YouTube world.
I know that she hasn't been completely gone. I've seen her on another channel and I was like, whoa, wait, is this a replay? And they were like, no, this isn't a replay.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't pay attention to her, so I wouldn't know.
You're asking how long she's been gone?
Wait, I'm hearing a lot of wind suddenly.
Oh, sorry, that might be me.
Oh,
okay.
sorry. I couldn't understand anything.
That many channels, Mama Knows Best, a lot. So I'm not going to address her because
I wouldn't bring her up either.
Have time for that, and I'm not going to do it because to me it's not worth it. But I have addressed her, and you can go back. Well, if you know who I'm talking about, you can go back on my channel and do your due diligence. But anyone who would believe all the lies that she spewed about me, anyone who would believe any of those lies, don't belong here, because I'm not going to sit here and talk and then go tit for tat and end up getting fucking doxxed or something. No, it's not going to happen. And I don't want anyone else that I care about to be involved in it either. What I will say is that the people that I know and care about know the truth. So at the end of the day, I'm not addressing. I'm not bringing any kind of relevancy to her, period. And that's it, but I do appreciate people reaching out. It means a lot to me. And
sorry, that was my stomach, if someone could hear it.
No. I understand that when you hear somebody, when you know that they're lying, that makes you even more mad and frustrated. But just know that me acknowledging it makes it worse.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time to go tit for
Mhm.
tat and then something really bad happens. Then the authorities get no, I'm not doing that.
Well, and that's what
Yeah,
she thrives on. I mean, you know, like her and another creator, and then I mean that's what she thrives on.
Right.
Yeah,
she
I'm
just
just curious
thrives
as
on
sorry,
fights. That's it.
right, and lots and lots of doxing,
Yeah.
and lots of
In real
just
life.
scary below the line
And
shit.
we've witnessed this
Um,
firsthand, you guys. We've seen this for ourselves.
well,
Yeah.
and it's not just her. It's like that whole community is starting to seep into this other community, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just confusing as to what the motive is or why they're popping up.
Exactly.
To find
Yeah,
a new
I need
community. When you
to.
burn all your bridges in another in one community, you're gonna try to find another community that doesn't know you.
Okay.
Yeah, but we know them, so
Right. A lot of people don't. That's
But
what
the
I'm saying.
problem is that so much of stuff, like because she recycles channels, like everything's been deleted, so you can't go back and see for yourself what was done.
However, there are videos and there are people who
Yes.
still have those videos. I've had people reach out to me and say, Tia, I got your back, and I have every video that she's done. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going tit
yeah,
for tat because if I wanted to, I could shut it down real quick. But I'm not going to do
yeah.
that.
Holly, they were in your chat,
Yes.
and in TT's chat, and in NC's chat,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them made a video about Foz and TT, which was like out of left field for me. I'm like, what? What's your play in this game? I don't know. For me, I'm just on guard after what
I
everyone went through.
I
assume.
wanted to say something to Holly, but
Yeah.
I did. Don't worry about it.
okay. Like it's
Yeah.
I
not my place. And
assume.
she's a big girl, and I feel like Holly's smart,
Yeah.
but I know that this person is very, oh, I don't know what the word is I want to use. She's very good at manipulation and
Yes.
Yeah.
making people believe what she's saying to be truth, and it's not.
Yeah.
Well, right now there's
Oh
4 of
yeah.
us who have been tricked by her,
But I
and
mean, with
trust me, there's a
Holly
lot more.
Paws, they're not gonna get one over on them.
No,
Yeah.
no. They're
Yeah.
very intelligent.
Yeah. I wouldn't think so. I'm just basically saying that I know there's people who want me to address it, and I'm not going to. I'm addressing it now and saying that
It's not going to be.
Without her name.
I'm not
Yeah.
taking the time out of my day to do a video about somebody is as irrelevant as her. If she wants to lie, she can lie because the people who know me know me.
What the truth is.
They
Yeah.
watched this whole thing play out 6 months ago when
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
happened. And you've been gone for so long and you pick the first person that you feel like you think would go tit for tat with you, but I'm not going to do that because that's not beneficial to me at all. And I've watched her at work as far as doxing and different things like that and doing some really really bad things and I want no part of it. So that's why I stay over here in my lane and she can stay over in her lane and make as many videos as she wants to. But if you know me, then you know the truth. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me anytime. And I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. But I will tell you that this is not a person that you want to align yourself with. This is not a person that you want to be involved with. She has hurt a lot of people. And Boston, you know that
Yeah.
more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
even
Boston
when
and Heather know this better than I
right,
do.
Heather, you know that more than anybody too. So
Yeah.
and I know that there's a lot of people that were frustrated because I used to get like that when people used to say stuff about her. I would get frustrated and I
Mhm.
would go and
Yep.
defend her everywhere. Okay.
Yep.
And there is some person who I hadn't even talked to in a while. She's like, Teaya, I feel so bad. You went so hard for this girl and she's straight lying on you. That's okay. Let her lie. Because at the end of the day, the people who believe her, let them stay over there. Okay.
And Mama knows best. I would say probably more like MC's twin.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's that bad. That's who I would say that she's like MC.
Yeah.
And Mandy.
I
Maybe
don't know
worse.
a lot about MC, but I
was
do
gonna say
know
Mandy
that
works,
this person would also try to get money from you,
Yeah.
and you would hear a lot of sub stories.
So maybe an NC-MC hybrid.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
And she was very nice to me last night, which was very
Yeah.
unsettling.
It was very
4
calm.
months ago, she was saying that you're bossy, you're a bitch, you're this, you're that. And now all of a sudden,
Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
oh
sense. That makes a
goose.
lot of sense. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that she probably wanted to call out the video she did in Holly's chat.
Mm.
I guarantee you, she probably did. You just probably didn't see that comment.
Little does she know she's coming into a community where people already know who you really are and adore you and wouldn't listen to any of what she has to say. You know what I mean? Like they know how real you are. So maybe she thought she could pull one over on everybody, but
Yeah. That's why I'm glad I can address it real quick with you two up here because you
Yeah,
guys experienced it firsthand, so you know.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
like she should already know. Like we've been to this rodeo with her. Like that's how you and I became so close to you because she wanted us to all abandon you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
And that's what she's trying to do now.
yeah, that's
yeah,
how we
exactly.
came to your chat.
Well, I befriended Teaya, and then she wanted everyone to abandon Teaya and I
Yep.
together.
Yeah, I
Right,
know that
but
story.
yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Well, a little
It's a pretty
bit.
bad situation. But it was bad for all of us because we all thought, she was a nice person.
Something different. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all felt bad on a certain point
And again,
regarding some things in her life.
Well,
But
and it reminds me a lot of, like, for instance, TCA, right? Like everything, and not just TCA, I'm just saying because she's in the chat. But the
yeah,
situation she was in, and so many other supporters of TT who were still like fighting for her and still believe she was the victim in this scenario, and then just had like a wake up moment where they realized, whoa, who have I been supporting? That's, I mean, we all went through the exact same thing. And so I've been trying to be very gracious to anyone who, has been coming to Holly's channel.
Mhm.
Better late than never, and
Yeah,
just
right.
saying, like, I get it. I was there. It's easy to be manipulated. It's easy to go hard for someone that you think is a victim in a situation. And then when you do finally, get the facts straight, and or even just take a step back and really look at things from an outside perspective instead of being so wrapped into it, you realize who the victim really is,
Right.
and who
yeah, indeed.
the attacker is.
And a lot of people have been victimized by her and doxxed and different things like that. And I just don't want that to happen to anyone that I care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just like
same.
Yeah,
Well, and
yeah,
it's
same.
like
I mean, even
TT,
about
I mean, she's kind of, you know, saying that, oh, well, I was just like mentally like incapacitated and like all like insane and all this other stuff. But that's the same narrative she's spun every other time. Like something always happens and then she goes crazy and that's why she was psycho hosebeast. Like,
right.
no.
Right.
It doesn't, that's not like we all have mental issues. Like all of us.
We all, yeah, everybody has
yeah,
some kind of
everybody's
And
story.
their
that's
own
never made me want to
issues.
dox
True.
somebody ever. And the same people that were like started out as her mods. Now that then they weren't her mods and they went someplace else, and then all they did is talk shit about her, and now they're all back together again because now they've broken up with this creator. It's like, come on.
It's a
Like,
never-ending cycle.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And Mama knows best. The answer to your question is yes.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop down so MJ can come back in. But
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Just
Love you.
nice
Heather.
finally getting to hear
one-
your voice. Love you guys too.
Yeah.
Len, I always talk to you and you're so nice in chat, but it's
She's
like
just
nice to put a voice to the name.
Yeah, I will try to come up more on panel.
Yeah, please do, sweetie. You should go up on panel whenever you can. You've got a beautiful voice and it's very relaxed. It changed the
It
whole
is.
like
It is.
people were heated and then
Okay, if
you
people
came in
are
and just
heated, I will
cooled
come
us
on
all down.
panel.
Yeah.
You're gonna be busy. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I love Halloween, bitches. Bye.
Bye.
I love you, Heather.
Just
Yes,
a small
Holly, I wouldn't doubt it.
question.
I'm sorry, Holly. I would not doubt it if they are part of that person, or probably is an alt under that person. I'm not saying for sure because I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it. I find it very awkward and weird that person, because I think I was in your chat at that time. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't doubt it for sure.
Well, and here's the other thing to cut, because really we're talking about one person at the moment. But the other thing is that there's this whole kind of community of people that constantly is in this back and forth with the person we're talking about. And they are horrible to each other and do horrible things to each other. And then they make up a few months later. And then everything's fine, and then they do horrible things to other people, and then they fight with each other again. So it's definitely a cycle, and I would say be wary of just be wary of new people, with your trust at the moment, because they're very clearly interested in everything that's going on between TT and Teaya and Holly and Natasha.
That's what initially got her talking. Somebody sent me a screenshot when I came out and pulled my support from TT. She was on TT's community post of her talking about me. That's where it started.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me the screenshot, and all I said was, you might. And she actually, TT asked this person, oh, you knew her in real life? Email me. So basically, you're trying to get information about me in real life. That's really what.
And she says TT says she thinks that at the time she thought she was talking about Natasha, where it's like, why would you even think that when your whole post was about Teaya?
It was about me. So that's what made that person. And she asked her, oh, you knew her in real life? Message me. So no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no, the girl didn't know me in real life. Thank God.
No.
Well, and a few of the other people have been, even before that happened, a few of the other people from that whole world have been in Natasha's chat often. Yeah, there's two of them that come to mind that I know have been in there for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come to yours. Do you have a channel?
And that's what happens, though. Not with everybody.
Do I have do I have a channel?
Yeah, because you say they come to mine. So I was asking if you have a channel.
I don't think I said they come to mine. Oh, okay. No, I don't.
You did, I think you meant in Holly's chat. That's what I think you meant.
Yeah, to my channels, the one that I'm subscribed to, you probably meant that.
Yeah, I think that's what you meant. I don't think you meant your own channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have a channel.
Weird that you didn't tell me.
No. You'd be the first I would tell. You'd be the first I would tell.
Yeah, but it's okay.
But and another thing is, sometimes when people burn all their bridges in one community, they'll hop over to another one, because they'll think, oh, and then they'll try to use one person to get into that community. If you go over and listen to a video about you where you know it's nothing but lies, of course you're going to want to say something. But the one thing I will say is I don't listen or watch people who do videos about me. It's something that I promised to my fiance, and it may get me in trouble sometimes not to do it, but I'm not going to go to somebody's video of them lying and bashing on me. Why would I want to listen to that? That's not going to help me. That's going to make me upset. And it's also going to make me lose my temper. So I'm not going to do that. And no matter what, like I said, the people that know me know what happened. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. However, the people that are talking about me over on that channel, let them stay there. Because I don't owe nobody an
Yeah, please. Let them
And
stay there.
Holly, I swear I didn't say that. Goose might be right, because I don't think I said come to my channel. But if
No,
I
you said come to mine.
come to
But
mine,
that could have been mine too.
I'd have to re-listen. I don't know. But I was saying
It doesn't really
you didn't,
matter.
you know you didn't mean it like that, though.
I was saying
Yeah,
they were
I
coming
know.
to Holly's channel and TT's channel and Natasha's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to subscribe to Holly because I'm not subscribed yet. So,
Oh,
and
please do.
since her
You know, there's
channel
an old
is
saying.
everyone's channel, I'm going to have a channel
there's
as well.
What you say,
Oh,
Brandon?
sorry,
I'm
Brandon.
sorry. Go
There's
ahead.
an old saying, Tia, that others people's opinions are none of your business.
Exactly.
And
Thank
that
you,
saying really helps,
Mhm.
especially people like Amanda and Mama Knows Best, who they tend to attack
Yes.
and call out on things that upset them.
Mhm.
Just don't watch.
Right.
Their opinion doesn't matter. Don't let them live rent free in your head. And
Exactly.
it's none of your business because it upsets you.
Right.
So
They know it's going to upset you,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's why, because one day I was watching a video about me, and this was like months ago, and my fiance is like, don't do this. Don't do this. Please don't watch videos about yourself. If you watch videos about yourself, you're going to get discouraged, and it's not helping you. How is this helping you? What is this doing for you
Yeah.
watching this? It's just pissing you off, have a bad temper. So what's going to happen? I'm going to make a video, then she's going to make a video. Then I'm going to make a video, then she's going to make a video. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then something
cat like we're in with everybody right now.
Right. And I got enough things to worry about. I don't have time to make a video of somebody as irrelevant as that. Like you had, I don't know, 3,000 subscribers. You were doing great, but you have the nerve. One person told me, she said that I used her for subs. Bitch, you've been gone for months. How did I use you for subs? How does that make any sense? And then you're gonna sit here and say that I'm using you for, how could I use you for subs? You deleted your channel where you had subs. You had a lot of them, but she was streaming. She was using some ashy cat for subs. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, why would it's like, no.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, that's how I found her.
hours
That's how I
Right. That's
found
online.
how
her.
we all found her. If you know
I
who
thought it was
Ashy
like
Cat is.
a place to talk about addiction recovery and
Right.
people's experiences with addictions, and trying to get somebody who was potentially going to OD offline and stop the money flow from coming in. Yeah, we were all, and then one day, boom, it was all about her and her feud with someone else, and we all just thought she was this great person, so we all just were like,
Yes,
of
and
course we're going to
sometimes
support
we were
you.
going to do nice things like a quiz or something, trivia,
Right,
which
right.
has, which basically has already been, yeah, I don't know, a problem I see for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, a stupid trivia.
I just
which
promised that to my fiance, and that's a perfect thing that you said, Randy. It's none of
He's a
my
good
business.
man.
It's none of my business. Let her say whatever she wants to say, but I'm not going to make a video about somebody like her. I've literally watched her dox people, excuse me, firsthand, and it's a very hurtful thing to see when you watch somebody being doxxed. and their whole life story and criminal
Yeah,
record is
indeed.
right up there for everybody to see. That is the most horrible thing. No, I won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Um,
just a no-go.
Well, and I think there are some situations where people feel that they have to respond, and I totally get that, especially when the things that are being said are so slanderous.
Right.
And they kind of cross over to that level. But there's got to be, like you said, there's got to be, you have to think very carefully about what you respond to.
Wisely. You have to
Exactly.
pick and choose your battles wisely. And to me, this is not a battle that I care about because she's irrelevant. But I understand that there are some times, of course, where you have to respond to certain things. Yes, I get that. And I've done it before.
Yes, that's
I
why you
just
did
did
it in
with
the
Kiki,
past.
you know, I just did it. But I am not going to take that battle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And this is totally off subject, but Lynn, before I forget to tell you, you should subscribe to Holly's channel because she has been talking about wanting to do a live someday where she has people from all over the world and all over America with different accents and different sayings, and everyone can talk about how someone says this and how someone says that. So you'd be perfect.
I can be the judge.
Well, you've just got an awesome accent, and you
do.
probably have some funny, well, not funny, but some
funny sayings.
Well, we were all
to you
laughing.
guys.
We were all laughing because we were talking about, like, even just between the United States and Canada, the difference between, like, how do you say
it can be
trash
huge.
bin and how do you say,
Yeah.
So.
Her link is pinned, or not pinned, but Melissa just put down her link. And Brandy, you have a channel too with true crime, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Is her link on here too, Melissa or Heather or Brittany? Because
I'm going to say
we all love true
two
crime
things,
too now.
and then I'm going to hop off panel. But I was going to ask, Brandy, were you also in the person that shall not be named her chats?
No.
I don't think
Okay.
No. The
Happy.
time I saw that person was on the community post on TT's channel the other day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the other thing I was going to say, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to the people that I haven't subscribed to, and yeah, I was going to say something else, but I forgot. So
You sound like me.
yeah, I mean,
the worst memory. But I will.
Also,
there's Brandy. There's Brandy's too.
Thank you.
I will send you my Facebook.
No problem, Brandy.
I will send you my Facebook and Lynn, because I will. If I'm not on TikTok, I will absolutely forget to go and check my messages. So I'll send you that message, and then you and I can stay in touch on Facebook.
Or Teaya has my Facebook as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, perfect.
Yes, I'm on.
Yeah, only recently.
Perfect. So if you give Teaya permission, Teaya, can you just send me her name?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and Teaya, I think, you still have to give Goose my my Discord, I think. Discord, or if Goose rather wants Facebook, that's okay with me as well.
Okay, I will give her your Facebook. If you send me your Discord, I can send that too.
Oh, I thought I sent you a picture of it, but it's okay. I will send it again.
Yeah, send it again, because there's some things I don't check.
Yeah. Oh, and I know again what I was going to say. Something little that you guys can know about Belgium, a little, know it all, or
fun fact.
I don't know. Yeah, fun fact. Belgium is around the size of Maryland.
It's that small?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I knew it was small, but I didn't realize it was that small.
Yes, it's that small.
Wow. And that always amazes me. 3 languages in a country that small.
Yeah.
I think that's so interesting.
Yes, 3 languages is something to be proud of. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You should be
Yeah,
very
well,
proudly bragging about that.
Is Belgium
yeah,
close to Luxembourg?
yes, very close.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
next
because
to each
Luxembourg
other.
also has half the Luxembourg is half French and half German speaking.
Yes,
Yes, I knew that. I used to work
mostly,
in travel, so I know
mostly
some facts.
French.
Yeah.
Mostly French, yes. So if anyone ever has a question about Europe or something, you can always ask me.
Okay. You'll be my go-to Europe quiz. You should do a trivia night. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm always open to help someone. Yeah, definitely.
Well, ladies, I'm gonna hop off. My special needs
Yes,
dog is
me
in there
too.
barking her head off for, I think, a cat's on her blanket.
Well, thank you so much, you, Lynn and Brandy, for being up here. I really appreciate you guys.
Of course, I really appreciate like this one is a difficult one for me.
It's okay.
Appreciate you too and the whole chat and everyone, yeah, just for accepting the accent because it's pretty scary to
No.
go up on panel
Oh,
first.
I thought you were saying your accent is scary. I was like, no, it's not. It's beautiful.
Your accent.
Well, I'm glad that you did, because I remember when I first went up on panel, I was scared, and now you can't get me off panels.
Yeah, I know. This is the very first time that I tried to go on panel.
Well,
That
you
I
did
even
great.
tried.
Tell you what, you did a great job.
Yeah, but I know that, I mean, I feel comfortable around you guys.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that makes me happy. I've been smiling nonstop. I don't know about you, Teaya, but every time she talks, I smile.
Yes, your voice is very calming.
Oh, you
Yeah,
Very
cuties.
I'm serious, and you're just a sweet soul. You make me smile and chat too. Every time I see you, you're just a very sweet soul. So I appreciate you.
Oh, I see that sweet Lilith has been to Belgium. Well, she drove through Belgium when she was going to Paris. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I've never been, but everything I've seen of Belgium is just gorgeous. And
Oh,
also send us some chocolate, okay?
Yes, I will. Which one
very
do you
calming, I know.
prefer?
If it's Belgium, any of it.
Okay.
Right? They have the best chocolate, isn't that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Belgian
we're
chocolate is
known
amazing.
for chocolate, beer, fries, French fries. Yeah.
French fries.
So
All
you
not
call them fries? You call
French
them French
fries.
fries?
French fries, yes.
Um,
It's very to us from Belgium.
yeah,
It's very annoying that they're called French fries
yeah.
because they're from Belgium. So it's like
So they should be
they're
called Belgium
ours.
fries.
Right.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
calling them Belgium fries now.
Yeah, or
Right?
just fries. I
Remember
mean,
when everyone was calling them freedom fries at one point? I don't remember what that was all about, but I think the people in the US were mad at France. It had something to do with 9/11 or something, and everyone was calling them freedom fries.
oh,
Really?
You don't remember that? In Colorado, they were like I worked at, funny story. I was doing community service. For anyone who wants to dox me, I was doing required community service in my teen years.
Yeah.
I was a bad teen, and I worked at a convention center place. That was my community service for they'd have gun shows and those kind of things, like animal conventions. And I worked at the little food counter, and the person who owned the convention store changed the French fry names to freedom fries. And I asked him about it, and I don't really remember the context because I was so young, but it was something about the US was mad at France for some reason.
And I thought that it was in a movie too. That's why I said, yeah, I thought that they said that in a movie.
I haven't
Was it
heard
Step
that, to be
Brothers? No, I
honest.
don't know what movie I seen that on. But I know they
Oh,
said
and
Freedom Fries.
No one else
Sarah
remembers Freedom
G.
Fries?
Sarah
I
G.
don't.
wrote frites, like, yeah, like how it's spelled in French.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would say
fruits.
that. Go ahead.
Yes,
Somebody
that's in
said it's
French.
called something else.
Des
But
frites.
yeah,
No, we don't say chips to frites or French fries, Heather. Chips are chips.
Oh, read that comment, Lynn.
yeah. Read that comment. That's why I put it up.
My dog got on my husband's chair and is laying on her back, sound asleep. She loved your voice too. Aw, how sweet. Listen, peeps.
Yeah, definitely consider doing ASMR. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Brittany. Brittany remembers Freedom Fries.
Well, of course, Brittany would. Brittany is that type. Like she knows about all that stuff, especially when it comes to if it was the history behind it. I guarantee you, Brittany knows about it. She knows for
Yeah,
sure.
I thought it was dumb too, Brittany, but it was a thing, and it was short-lived. It was like this. I just have that memory from that experience working at in my teen years and being like, that's dumb. Why are we mad at France? Why are we calling them freedom fries?
Right. I
So
guarantee
Belgium
Brittany
fries.
knows the history behind that too.
Yeah, she probably does. Yeah. Hit me up,
Mhm.
Brittany, and explain, because I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, Sweet Lilith says pommes frites. Yeah,
Amber wants
French
to know,
fries.
does milk come in a bag or bottle / carton in Belgium? I'm fascinated with other countries' milk. That's cute.
You can get it in a carton or, well, in a bottle. Yeah, in a plastic bottle, but not really anymore. You don't find it a lot anymore in glass bottles.
Okay. Well, I think
Yeah, same here.
And like, I saw that Canada had, and apparently in the USA as well, but I only noticed since a few weeks that indeed Canada has it in bags, and I was shocked.
Yeah, I learned that Canada has had it in bags too, and I was shocked.
Yeah, I was
That's
like, what? Milk in a bag?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. And that's the history of it. Freedom fries happened because of France and their opposition to invading Iraq. Thank you, Mel.
Yes, that was it. I thought freedom fries was dumb.
Thank you. Thank you.
Milk in bags. Yeah, milk in bags. Like India, I know, has bag milk. A lot of countries do. In South America and Central America, anytime you want to go get like a drink from like they have a bunch of like food stands and restaurants. If you want to drink, they take, like, I used to drink orange soda all the time down in Central and South America. They take the bottle, pour it in a bag, put a straw in it, and hand it to you.
Wow.
Yeah, because the bottles were so expensive that they would reuse the bottles.
That's different. It's interesting. Different, but interesting.
Yeah.
Did you fall off, Lynn?
Yes.
Okay.
I fell off. I was going to go either way, but I mean, I found it so rude to not say bye.
Oh, that's okay. You're so cute.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to not say goodbye when I'm the first time on my panel. Well, on your
I know,
panel.
you need a grand exit. You need a grand entrance and a grand exit.
No. Just a bye-bye. It's okay.
You definitely have to come on panel again. It was so nice to have you here. We all enjoyed you, and your voice is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I
so
will try to listen to my own voice more.
Please consider ASMR, like Teaya said.
I'd say consider it You can literally just, you don't even have to whisper. You can talk just like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
will
because now I'm talking pretty loud.
This is you talking loud?
Yes, and I know that I talk already pretty quiet now.
Yeah, that
I love you.
you definitely
Like
consider it.
this
for sure.
is how I would this is how I and my mom talk to each other.
Wow.
Well, if everyone could maybe put a heart in chat to celebrate Lynn's first time on panel.
Oh no, it doesn't have to.
Absolutely. I
sorry.
think you should definitely go on panels more, but consider ASMR and it would be effortless for you. Effortless. Like you wouldn't even
Absolutely.
have to try, especially if this is the way you talk. I tell that to
Yes.
everybody who has a relaxing voice. Like I would listen to you.
Sweet Lilith, I'm single for 4.5 years. There, I said it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Me too, girl. Me too.
Hey,
Au
I was
revoir,
single for 6
Sarah.
years before I met my fiance. So, and I loved being single. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't want to settle.
Exactly.
No, I'd rather stay single for a longer time
Mhm.
than that I would settle for someone.
Except that's
Absolutely.
how I looked at it. That's how I looked at it.
You know your worth.
Yep. The right person will always come to you, but if you're looking, they never come.
Heather.
The wrong people come when you're looking.
Oh, yes, Goose. We definitely need to talk about that.
Yes. Yes, Lilith, you're next on panel. 100%.
Yes, and Lilith, you can come with me on panel the next time. So it will only be my second time.
Yes, absolutely.
And Sarah, I don't know if you're going, but if you're going, au revoir, Sarah.
I love it.
Because, yeah, but she was saying bye in French, so
Oh.
I wanted to say it back.
And you say it the right way. You should hear me try to say it.
Okay, try it.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Oh, I don't delete lives, thug. But
Oh,
my
like
my live streams always stay up, sweetie.
I love Thumb Thug. I'm just gonna say it. Thumb Thug is a sweetheart.
She, right? Thumb Thug.
I think so.
Okay. Just
I don't know.
I like the
Everyone's
picture
gender.
of Snoop Dogg. I love that picture.
I know. That's
Yeah, the picture.
I'm so excited for the Super Bowl this year, for the halftime show.
Oh, he's performing?
Eminem and
Oh my
him
God.
and Dr. Dre and who's the girl? Oh, think back to that era. It's not Missy Elliott. It's
Eve.
she's a singer. No, you're gonna say it. She
A singer or rapper?
Singer, and she does that song with Wyclef.
Lauryn Hill?
Nope. But she does that song with him.
Shakira?
Do. Someone please call 911.
That's Wyclef.
Yeah, and she sings in that with him.
Huh.
The
I don't know that
assailant is
song.
5'1".
I think.
Yes, Mary J. Blige.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, isn't that going to be an awesome Super Bowl show? I'm so excited.
Okay, so who runs the Super Bowl, you guys, is Jay-Z. You guys know he had a history with the Super Bowl. I'm going to definitely do a live or a video.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
something
well, he
for
has a
you,
history
Teaya.
with the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick and taking the knee. So he has a bad history with NFL, and a lot of Black people were mad when he chose to be their coordinator for their performances. He took on that role, but I think that it's going to help them because a lot of people really weren't into the Super Bowl halftime performances for a while. And it seems like he is spicing it up a lot, especially if all of those people are performing. Eminem is performing, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, like that's good. Fergie.
They're
Yeah,
gonna have
those
to
are some
bleep
pretty
so
big
many words
names.
though.
Yeah, they are. Unless he does it
Probably.
without cussing, I don't know. But Eminem hasn't performed in a while, like in a big venue.
I know.
So
I'm so excited. I'm
I'm
a
actually
huge Eminem
excited for
fan.
that too. And it's been a while since I've been excited about the Super Bowl. So at least
Mm-hmm.
he knows what the hell he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that.
I can't look at it.
Okay, so Tom Talk said that yes, she's a girl.
Yeah, I thought she
Yeah,
was a girl, but I didn't want to say anything and then
Yeah,
some would be like,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a guy.
yeah, but
Yeah, I'm a guy, or I
I
feel
love
this,
Bruno
or
Mars.
I don't feel like any specific
Bruno Mars is
gender.
one of my favorite halftime
Yeah.
shows, and I don't especially like Bruno Mars. I agree. I don't especially like him either, and I loved that halftime show. And I love J-Lo's.
I like the one with with Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and then what's the name of that group? Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the group. Not Coldplay, but another group. But anyway, all three of them, it was just amazing. Best Super Bowl halftime show ever, in my opinion. But let's not forget, Michael Jackson to me was the best Super Bowl halftime ever, in my opinion.
Oh, I will have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't
on
remember
YouTube.
that. I don't
Because
remember.
In the 90s, no, but I mean, in the 80s, like people just don't know. Michael Jackson was everything. And even though he's obviously controversial, you can't take away from the people who used to freaking faint over that man. Faint.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
yeah,
and literally pass out and have to be taken out on a stretcher.
I've seen that happen. Well, not in real life, of course, but I've seen that happen on the news.
Yeah.
Yes.
Michael Jackson was.
Yeah, Shakira and J-Lo were fire.
They were good. They were good.
Who was the girl? Was that Pink? Who was the one that came down? Oh, was that Lady Gaga? She like came down from the sky. What year was that?
I think that was Lady Gaga.
I'm like a huge Coldplay fan.
idea
They were the wrong
this.
people for the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Coldplay?
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of theirs, but that was not the kind of Super Bowl halftime
Not the
show
kind
vibe.
of vibe, yeah.
Right.
No.
JT
Their music
awesome.
is good, but yeah.
Yeah, not Super Bowl like.
No. And
Their
I
music's
don't
more like
know a lot about the Super Bowl, so
yeah.
Yeah, Coldplay. They're one of my. Yep, that was it. It was Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars. I think that was one of the best performances they had.
I love Beyonce, Bruno Mars, not Coldplay.
I'm going to go off panel right now. Because I'm always like bye on the phone.
And then you never go. Yeah.
With friends, but
I do the same thing.
it's always now I'm really going to go. Now I'm really
Well,
going
you
to
are
go.
welcome back anytime, sweetheart. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Au revoir. Bye bye.
Have a good
Love
night.
you. Je t'aime.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I just like Coldplay. I think they did a good job. But that's just me. I just like Coldplay. I'm a Coldplay.
I am too, though. That's what I'm saying. I love them, but I did not like them at the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But and then another one that I liked was Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Yes, loved her.
Lady Gaga. But I'm happy about this one because this is like taking it back old school. You know, Jay-Z knows what the fuck he's doing.
I kind of wish. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I kind of wish they didn't announce everyone because it would have been awesome if they just said it was Eminem, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden Dr. Dre pops up and then next Snoop pops up and then Mary J. Blige. Like,
they could have made it a surprise. That would have been awesome.
Maybe it got leaked. Maybe I'm giving away the surprise to everyone right now and I ruined everything.
Yes, when Beyonce, well, that's because if you watch the first performance, this is her very first performance Beyonce did. Those pictures that came out, something wasn't right with those pictures. Sorry. Like, that's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
you could definitely tell that something was coming into her.
Sasha Fierce.
Yep, that's a whole new other story. But it, like, even when I personally just sat down and watched that Super Bowl, I'm like, what's all the fuss about? Even I seen it. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So
Yeah.
I can understand why she would be upset if those pictures got out, because yeah, that was not, yeah. So what did we learn today, you guys? We learned.
Oh wait, before you do your what do you learn, I like to jump down and give so that you can have a proper recap.
Thank you for coming up, Boston. I appreciate you coming up. Always
Of
nice
course,
to have
thank you
you
for
on the
having me.
channel.
I love
And
you.
I love you too, and I'm sure you'll be up here again. We always like to hear your opinion and what you think, for sure.
Thank you, sweetie. And I adore your opinion and what you think. And I will talk to you later and
I'll
sleep
talk to
sweet.
you
And
later.
I'll be down in chat.
Okay, thanks, sweetie. Okay, you guys, what did we learn? I think what I learned the most out of all of this is that trust no one. That's what I learned. Trust no one. No one, you know, keep your guard up, keep that wall up, and make somebody get a bulldozer to break that wall down. Thank you to all my panel guests. Yes, Melissa, thank you so much for all of you coming up here. It really means a lot to me, that your support, everything about you guys. You guys are amazing. I think, yep, that's what I learned. I learned that it shouldn't be easy for people to break your wall down, right? Like, when you are guarded, there's a reason why you're guarded. And I can honestly say that a majority of the reason why, turtleneck keeps messing up, a majority of the reason why I've been guarded is because I've been hurt, right? So therefore, I will continue to be guarded so I won't get hurt. Because I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm tired of it. And you're a sweetheart, Holly. You really are. I never knew it. I'm the type of person where I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And sitting back and watching as this whole thing has transpired, I wish I would never ever spoke to her. I really do. I wish I would never have went over on her panel and let her interview me. I wish I would never have interviewed her on my channel. I wish I just would have just not talked to her, period, because this is what happens. Okay. You get nothing but betrayal. And like I said, had she not doubled down on everything, had TT not doubled down on everything and just apologized and said, I'm sorry that I shared a conversation that was supposed to be just between you and myself. You know, even if you did, even if this person already knew, that wasn't my right to say anything. Had she said that, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, right? But to double down and then say, well, I didn't say anything bad about her. No, you didn't say anything bad about me, but you betrayed my trust, so you did something bad to me. It's the same thing. So I think watching everything and seeing what's happening with NC and them being friends, it's something that I had already predicted, and I already knew that was going to happen, because what else could she have done? She was already losing a lot of support because of the shitty decisions she was making and her shitty behavior. So therefore, why not just be friends with the enemy? If you can't beat them, join them. So oh shit. Well, I trust my friend here with my life, but we got to know each other on Facebook 3 years ago, and our friendship is just as tight here as on Facebook. I'm always watching out for her. And it should be that way. I think personally it's okay not to always be guarded. You wouldn't meet and form a relationship with so many wonderful people if you were. It's a shame to let a few bad ones run that. Well, sorry. That has ruined it for me. You have to look at it in a creator's perspective. And I'm not saying that I would never get to know somebody, but I will always have my guard up. And the reason why, not saying that I'm going to be walking around being mean to people and stuff like that, but I'm definitely going to be very selective with who I choose to befriend, because I'm loyal to a fault. Loyalty is everything to me. And being loyal is standing by somebody no matter what it is that they do wrong, because we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. I'm not a perfect human being by any means. I make mistakes every day. But the one thing that I will say is I'm not going to turn my back on anybody. And to me, I just feel like it's not about ruining anything. It's about being selective with who you choose to talk to, with who you choose to tell personal issues with. And I'm going to be like that forever. Like, it's just, I don't want to have to be like that. But as a creator, I feel like that's the only way to be. I feel like, when you meet people, you can let your guard down. Just trust your first intuition. That's how I feel. Listen, peeps, it's all about intuition. And we tend to ignore our intuition, especially women. Why do we ignore our intuition? But we do. And I think now, there you go, Holly. Be guarded, but open-minded. Yes, I agree with that. I'm definitely going to be selective. And I really suggest the same to everyone, being selective with who you choose to support. Support people who you feel like are honest. But if you have a feeling in your gut about somebody, go with that, because 9 times out of 10, that feeling isn't wrong. There are a lot of people, okay, who would be in my comment section saying, Teaya, no, this isn't right. I don't think you should be supporting her. And even though I didn't listen to those people, because that's what I do, these are people who had a feeling in their gut and said, no, there's something not right about this woman. And we tend to not listen to people, when they tell you different things. But there were a lot of people who listened to their gut and stayed away from her. So true friends call each other out when they mess up. Have the same 2 beasties since 1987, and I will never turn my back on them or betray them. Amen. Amen. Out of shadows with Ginger. I don't ignore mine. I trust my intuition, but it does come easier with experience. That's what I'm saying. I don't, my mother was like that. I think my mother was lightweight, maybe clairvoyant or something, because she was always right about every person that she met, and she never questioned her intuition. I do all the time. I cannot imagine having a relationship with someone and going behind their back, betraying them. I cannot believe how many people I have seen do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have had the same friends since elementary school. That's awesome. I've had the same 2 friends for a while as well. I do feel like trusting your intuition takes practice. I always say I want friends who will tell me if I look fat in a dress. Don't let me walk out that door looking ridiculous. Amen. I didn't trust TT ever. We never had any interaction privately before the fallout. I was there for her subs. I wanted to bring balance for them, not her. And that makes sense. That really does make sense, Holly, why you would want to do that. And I don't want to say I trusted her, but I was starting to, as I would talk to her privately. And Now I don't even know what the hell I was thinking about. Stop questioning it. That's the biggest thing, though. That's the hardest thing, to stop questioning your intuition, to stop saying that little voice in your head saying, no, this isn't right, Tia. It's very easy to ignore it. And it's very easy to say, that's just me being negative, So it's about trying to find discernment. As I said earlier, I really don't belong in any community. I'm a traveler in many different communities. I stay by myself and mind my own business. That's how I like it here on YouTube. I agree. I'm that friend, and I get frowned on by my honesty. There's nothing wrong with being honest. I watch how people treat other people, even if they don't like those other people. Oh, sorry, I lost your comment there. I'm like, where'd it go? Okay, I watch how people treat other people, even if they don't like those other people. That tells you a lot. That's true as well. It's hard to not question your intuition. Why do I keep losing comments? When the person is so good at pretending to be a great person initially. Right. It's very hard. Only just came in, but I agree, Tia. You must be a little guarded in these streets. Doesn't mean you don't let people in. You just need to be a little cautious. Time can reveal a lot. Take your time. Exactly. That's what it is. I'm definitely just going to be selective and taking my time with getting to know somebody instead of automatically saying after a couple weeks, oh my God, they're so nice and they seem like such a sweet person. And then this is what happens. This is what happens. Learn to trust your gut, not the voice in your head. The voice in your head is dumb sometimes. That's true too. It really is your gut. It's not necessarily the voice in your head. It's something else telling you, and I definitely had that there with True Teller, for sure. And the fact that she could just stream my live thinking whatever and then has the nerve to say F you to me. No, fuck you. Okay. I'm not streaming your shit. You're streaming my shit. All because people have an opinion and people are allowed to have their opinions about you. Do you really think people aren't going to have an opinion after everything that you've been doing thus far? You have showed your ass to YouTube. Pretty much. Like, that's not my fault. I didn't do anything to you. You did it to yourself. Everything that's happening to you, you did it to yourself. I didn't do it. Foz didn't do it. Aunt Lala didn't do it. Holly didn't do it. Nobody did this to you. You did it to yourself. So if people are going to express their thoughts and opinions about you because they thought that you were somebody that they could confide in and somebody that they could trust and they had a safe place, and you fucking turn your back on every single one of those people who supported you from day one, that's shame on you. That's all I could say. Huge disappointment. You try to act like everybody just wants you to be battling it or not. No, that's not what people want. But it doesn't mean that you have to treat people like that. You are everything that you preached against. You're talking about people's views. You're talking about people's subscribers. And let me just say, you choose to not show your subscribers because you didn't want people to see what you lost. I don't show mine because I had people counting mine and keeping track. And even if I lost one, I would get an email saying, it's because of this person. No, that's why I did it. She called me a liar in public and took my wrench. Or I threw it back at her and I kept on with the BS. I call her out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Lala, there's nothing. She collected our stories, gained clout, and turned her back to sit in joining the recliner. That sums it up. It's sad to say, but I truly think it's all about subs and money with some people, not trying to create relationships. I agree. And it's definitely like that with her. If you can sit there and say, you know, your subs are trying to confide in you, and you can sit there and say, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Well, you're just like that person. You're asking her why she talks to her subs the way that she does, and you're telling your subs to get the fuck out if they don't like it. How are you different? You're not. So, I think we all learn to be very selective with who we choose to support, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being picky with who you choose to support. And no matter what, just know that you are a person where you deserve the same loyalty that you give. And if you're not getting that loyalty in return, say bye-bye. You deserve better. You deserve loyalty. Anybody that you meet and you choose to let in and take your wall down, or whatever it is that you want to call it, you deserve that same loyalty in return. Whatever loyalty you give, you deserve to get. Okay. And anybody that you meet and you let in, they need to match your loyalty. And if they're not matching your loyalty, say goodbye. But be very selective, because let me tell you something, your time is precious. Okay. Who you choose to give your time to and watch and support and like and share and whatever, who you choose to give that to is important. Please know that. So be very selective with who you choose to give your time to. And that's how I look at it. And that's what we all should learn. Who you choose to give your time to, what do they call it? Call me dirty, but I will be there to watch. Holly Lewis and the news. Is it YouTube currency? Currency. YouTube currency. I don't know. I'll call it YouTube currency. Who you choose to give your YouTube currency to is important. So be selective with who you choose to give your time to. That's what I would say. Do not just go and give your time to anybody. And I will be very selective with who I choose to introduce you guys to, or whatever the situation is, because that was a huge mistake on my part. I should never have done it. But your YouTube currency, whoever it is that you choose to give that to, just know it's important. Your time is important. Your time is precious. And right out of the shadows. Thank you, Boston. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I think it's called YouTube currency. I don't know what it's called. Currency. Your time is important. Your time is precious. Every single one of you that take the time out of your day to watch me, whatever it is that I talk about, it means the world to me. Okay. And I understand how precious time is. We have kids, we have a life. And when you can take the time out of your day to sit and watch little old me, that means a lot. So be selective with who you choose to give your time to. Don't just give your time to anybody, especially people like her. And really, you can just stop watching her altogether. That would just be great. Thank you, Thumb Thug. That means a lot. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Yep, that's it. Be careful with who you choose to give your time to, because not everyone is worth it. Views equal revenue for creators. Be selective where you give your views. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I gotta go to bed, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Ness. Usually about 4 hours earlier than right now. Okay. I'm sorry you're talking about something else. Yes. So don't let these creators fool you. Do your research, do your due diligence. Don't just listen to what, all these people are saying. You are amazing. Thank you, Gladys. That means a lot. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. You sure know how to make a girl feel special, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Gladys. All of you guys. You guys are amazing, beautiful people, and I just want you to learn from this. We have to learn from every situation that we're in. We're a community. We're all in this together. And my advice is stop watching her. That's what I would do. I would just, because I'm not watching her anymore. Thank you, Nez. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I love you guys. Stop watching her. Don't watch her anymore. How about that? That would just make it all easier, right? But of course we're going to, because we love to watch a shit show. But I'm done with her. I don't want nothing to do with her. I think I'm going to strike her because she has no right streaming my shit and not even saying anything for 4 minutes, but I'm going to go look myself because I will strike her. You don't do that because I don't do it to you. So don't do it to me. And then she has a nerve to say F you. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Holly Lewis and the news. You're so sweet. You guys are being very sweet, and I appreciate you guys. Brittany said, striker girl. You crack me up, Brittany. Holly, so what is that other saying? Is it Huey Lewis and the news? Is that kind of like what your title is like? It's Huey Lewis and the news. Or is it, I don't know. It's a band or something. It's a band. But it sounds like Holly Lewis and the news. And then there's a band that's called something else. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, Holly. By the way, teach me how to take a hot thumb thug photo. You guys are amazing. Am I right, Holly? There's a band, and I don't know what it's called because I have Holly Lewis and the news in my head, but there's a band that sounds just like it. Huey Lewis and the news. Okay, I thought so. Okay. I'm just asking. I got a strike on Mandy C. Cool. That's awesome. I like that. Striker real good. You guys are cracking me up. Can you guys tell I'm tired? I gotta go to bed. You guys. It's Huey Lewis and the news. Yes. Okay. Because when I first went onto Holly's channel, I'm like, Holly Lewis and the news. This sounds so familiar. And you want to know where I heard that on? The Golden Girls, because that's my favorite show ever. The Golden Girls is my favorite show ever. And they said something on it. And yeah, so that's how I know. Huey Lewis and the news. And it's Holly Lewis and the news. That's a title you can't forget. So that's awesome. Strike her real good. You guys are so silly. Girl, have you not seen Back to the Future? I have, but I don't remember it on Back to the Future. I just remember it on the Golden Girls because that's my favorite show. I'm going back into the shadows, peeps. See ya on the streets, everyone. I love you, Chloe Joe. See you soon, my BFF. Peace out. Thank you for being here, sweet Lilith. We appreciate you. Love you. Couldn't tell you. You did well. You did really well. Golden Girls are epic. Which ones are you? Which one are you? I like all of the Golden Girls, but I can't remember the specific episode where they talk about Huey Lewis and the news. But if I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. Tia, which Golden Girl? Oh, which Golden Girl am I? Oh, I'm a mix between Dorothy and Blanche. I saw a bachelor party that themed Golden Girls, and their outfits were incredible. Nightgowns, curly short hair, wigs. Yeah, that's actually a good idea for mine. Definitely consider that. But yes, I would say I'm a mix between Dorothy and Blanche, because Blanche, I wasn't out there like Blanche, even though there's nothing wrong with it. I wasn't out there like Blanche, but I definitely had her buy me this, I'm going out to buy that kind of attitude and the best of everything or whatever. But then Dorothy, were very laid back and very trying to continue to keep myself as educated as I possibly can. So I would say a mix between those two. I would be Blanche. I love Blanche. I think Blanche was, well, to me, Rose was the funniest. Okay. Rose, that was my girl. Sophia was my girl though. Like, okay, I love Sophia. Every single time she say, what'd she say, back in Sicily or something like that. Right. Like, I just have that kind of wit like Dorothy does, and that sarcasm like Dorothy. Blanche and Rose here. I like how you guys listen. I'm like Blanche because I'm a loose woman. But Blanche really wasn't though. Like, I think her personality, because I don't believe in the whole like labeling a woman and you're this and you're that, you've been with that many men. I've never been like that because all my friends were like that. All of my friends were. I just wasn't like that because I just wasn't. I had a boyfriend. But anyway, and I got pregnant at 15. So I'm the last person that should be talking. But what I will say is Blanche, to me, she was misunderstood. Yes, but she was very sexual and sensual and just, I loved Blanche. She was my favorite. But I don't know, Sophia was too. Picture it, Sicily Nights. Now I gotta go watch the Golden Girls. I haven't watched them in like 2 weeks, you guys. You guys are awesome. Yes, Blanche was a thought. She was sexual. She got what she wanted, even if she'd go out and get it herself, or men would buy it for her. Oh, I know you meant it in a good way, Holly. And to me, that's why Blanche was my favorite. Blanche reminds me of actually my mother. May God rest her soul. But Blanche reminded me of my mom. Very, just got attention wherever she went. I am always escaping from shady pines. I think you're Dorothy and Rose. That's a good combo though, because Rose, I loved Rose too. It's hard for me to even pick a favorite because they were all just such amazing characters. I don't know what gravitated me to that show, but I've been watching it since I was 8 years old. And I've watched everyone and I still continue to watch everyone. She knew what she wanted. She didn't let men take exactly. She knew what she wanted. She got what she wanted. And it didn't matter if men got it for her or she got it herself. She was just an independent, sexual, sensual woman that got attention wherever she went. And yeah, that's why I love Blanche. But y'all got to watch Designing Women too. I used to watch Designing Women. Delta Burke was amazing. I loved Dixie too. Blanche was in tune with her sensuality and was liberated. Exactly. And it wasn't something that in that time everyone was used to. You know what I mean? Like she was so comfortable in her sexuality and just so comfortable with herself and confident. And you didn't see that too much on different shows back then. So I think that's why I loved that show so much. Because I feel like it was way ahead of our time in some kind of ways. Yes, I love Designing Women too. And that's the night the lights went out in Georgia. I want girls to eat cheesecake with in the middle of the night. Me too. I think that's another reason why I love that show so much, because I want that kind of friendship, like that kind of friendship where you're just loyal and there for each other, you know, eating cheesecake in the middle of the night. You know, I think that's why I loved it so much. My grandma taught me to be open and go against the norm and enjoy life. I've definitely had a fun life and still going. Exactly. Don't say had. Continue to have your fun life, right? Keep going. Stay strong. Live life to the fullest because it is so short. Are you excited for Dexter? I never got into that show. I probably should get into it, but I'm just not into it. Oh my God, just listening to the theme song gives me nostalgia. It makes me long time. Period. I love that song. Thank you for being a friend. She threw her baton so high in the air. It's like the lights went out. I don't think I've seen that one, Gladys. I might have, though. My friend pulled up one night and said, let's go. And we took a 3-day road trip. That is definitely being spontaneous. And that's how I want to be. I definitely want to change my life as far as, and I think that's what I'm going to show you guys in vlogging. It's very, very hard. You know, don't get me wrong. My fiance and I, we have relationship problems like everyone else. But I think our biggest problem is that we don't really have any alone time. And when we do have alone time, even if it's for an hour or two, we like say we go to the mall without the boys, we feel bad. And we'll go back and say, no, we're gonna take them to the mall. Like we don't like doing anything without the boys, but you have to embrace yourselves as a couple without kids. So I think that's the struggle, and being more spontaneous as far as picking up and saying, you know what, we're gonna go on a 2-day trip to fucking, I don't know, Las Vegas. Those are the kind of things that I want to change in my life. So thank you for saying that, Lala, because I definitely need to do that. I practice daily. Let me see. My mom was a hippie, like liberated woman who was a folk singer and activist. So interesting upbringing. That's awesome that she was an activist too. Out of the Shadows with Gender. And that's how my mom was. My mom was spontaneous and would get up and just go, you know, and I need to start being like that too, but more with my fiance. We're not spontaneous enough. As far as getting out and just doing things and embracing each other, you know. Bye, Holly. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I will see you over on your channel. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I hope we all learned something from this bullshit. Is it going to end? No. Is it going to get worse? Probably. But am I going to tell you guys not to watch? No, because, you know, drama is entertaining. But just know that, thank you. Mama knows best. There's pics of the kids, but, you know, you can't. I trust you guys, but you can't trust the other trolls on the internet. Teaya, I just booked a 6-day cruise with my BFF next month for our birthday. Be spontaneous. I am known for it. Girl, can I go? Can I go? But anyways, that's awesome, Lala. I'm going to try. And see, that's what we'll be vlogging. So when you see us vlogging, it's not. What's my hair looking a mess? When you see us vlogging, it's not going to be the focus is not going to be on the kids. It's going to be the focus is going to be us as a couple and the struggles that we have as a couple and being raw with you guys. And that's what you guys will see. It's going to be interesting. Can we all join your cruise and eat cheesecake at night? Right? That's what I want. I want to go. I no longer watch that channel. I got tired of hearing. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, press 1 in chat. Oh, I love it, Gladys. That's awesome. I love you too, Heather. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be talking about the Jelani Day case. Hopefully I can get Brittany to come up because there's some things that are going on in the Jelani Day case that crazy stuff that was debunked, maybe not debunked. We don't know, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I will be here. Thank you guys for being here. I know that it's me talking about drama. This is just me addressing how I feel. And I wanted you guys to be able to express how you felt too in a safe place where you felt like you can actually do that, you know? And there's other, like Holly, I know that she definitely gives that platform to people as well. So that's what I wanted. And just know that I'm going to be so much more selective now with who I choose to bring around you guys. I'm going to be selective with it. And, you know, I do have some amazing people in my life. I'm very blessed. And I'm just going to keep my circle small. And that's it. I'm keeping my circle small. And you guys need to be selective with who you choose to give your time to as well. Okay? Be selective and just be more cautious. And I hope that's something that we all learn from this. We'll continue to watch the shit show unfold. But I hope that it gets better, and not necessarily for the sake of TT, because whatever. She's going to keep doing like 15 lives in a day. Fine. But I hope it gets better for, you know, Holly and Foz and Lindsay. I just hope it gets better in that aspect as far as them being able to just, you know, I don't know. It's just not fair. It's not fair that now Mr. Foz is being called not attractive, but yet you were with him. So he had to have been attractive, right? It's just not right the way that they're being attacked. So hopefully it does get better. Okay. And Teaya, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for always being real and honest and speaking your truth. Thank you so much, Boston. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for super chats, everyone. I really genuinely appreciate you guys. Thank you to my amazing mods. You guys rock as always. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I hope to see all of you here, and I hope it gets better. Let's pray it gets better. I love y'all. Bye.